What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us today. Yet another edition of Throwback Thursday. Jeff, I know you've been enjoying the content as much as I've been enjoying digging through and putting it all up and together.
I'm not gonna lie. I was trepidatious watching this, especially my stuff. I hate watching my stuff, you know that. But it's been interesting to go back and watch it because, as I said, I become less of a dick as the shows go on Talk Wrestling, which is thank God I did because the first show was so bad. But man, you have been like reaching into the vault, man. I almost feel like I want to grab Mickey Mouse on SNL. I'm like, no, protect the content. They didn't sell. So man, such good stuff to watch, and today is no exception, sir.
Yes, thank you once again to Aaron Rift of the NoDQ YouTube channel, James Hebert of the JH95 / FTW Productions, Noel Foster from the Simple Man brand, and of course, you, good sir, for the
Yes,
Jeff Meacham Network, for allowing me access to all the content that was previously discussed in private
yes,
amongst all of you guys, because there are limitations about what can and can't be posted, but
yeah. Unfortunately,
especially a big thank you once again to Aaron Rift for allowing me access to the no DQ stuff. That stuff has really helped make the process and the Throwback Thursdays succeed and thrive, I think.
absolutely.
Sit back, relax, everybody, enjoy as we bring to you yet another week of Throwback Thursday content.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Ben 10 and Danny Phantom series premiere reviews, plus Avatar The Last Airbender episode 1 and 2 reviews. Jay Hebert's Side of Things episode 5, James Hebert's Hodgepodge of Nonsense. Shared experiences re-airing on the new FTW main hub. Retro Wrestling Review Series Summer Shows, All In Hype and All Out Hype. The Wrestling Rundown and ATW View crossover, available now on demand. Fantasy Booking Series video. If Goldberg stayed in WWE in 2004. Zero Entertainment presents the CAW Grizzly Tournament. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Simple Bracketology season premiere covering the G1 Climax 33, AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indie Force episode 27, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, all watch-along events. FTW watch parties for the go-home weeks of All In and All Out, plus pay-per-view coverage. A Simple Take. WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting. Episode 3 coming soon. La Strada 1954 watch-along. Available on demand. WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 8. Fast food and restaurants discussion. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from A Simple Man's Brand.
Well, I tell you, summer has been a lot of things for the professional wrestling industry. Definitely the season of injuries, to say the least. But we've had some adversity. We've had Always Ready. And now we're just mere days away from the Forbidden Door. There's a huge multi-million-dollar scandal in the WWE, and so much more. Why do I bring these things forward? Because they are simply all things wrestling. So here we are once again. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night, good gendo. Wherever you will be watching this on live or on demand, you know what this is. For I am the Simple Man, and my name is Noah Foster. With me, of course, is members of the ATW crew. For we are ATW. And tonight, so far on the panel, others might drop in during this thing too. Better than the WWE promo interruption. We got James Hebert and Mikey. Mikey, you've been part of the ATW crew for a while, but it's nice to finally see you on our actual podcasting platform that we came together to create too. How are you, and what you been up to?
I've been good, honestly. I just been chilling, watching wrestling, and taking care of my grandma.
God bless family.
Well, there you
Good
go.
stuff. I mean, like I said, I live by the phrase priorities for passions. In my opinion, there's not a bigger priority in life than your family because you truly only got one. And as good old JR says, tomorrow's never guaranteed for anybody. But that being said, James, my fellow commentary partner on the Jeff Meacham Network, fellow great creative mind, leader, founder, and all-around production guru of Weymouth Youth Wrestling, Wrestling Rundown, and so much more too. Always good to see you, brother. Again, I know that this week has been heavy on your mind, but how are you tonight?
Crazy. I've been doing good because luckily I've been able to get away from thinking about all the horror to booking my own shit for Friday's show. So
Right.
I've been doing that. I did that last night. Damn near finished with the NoDQ article on Jeff Hardy.
Cool.
So I'd say doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear. And again, man, don't burn yourself out and don't have a Simon Miller moment on here, but also acknowledge
I'm not. If you guys see me hitting this a lot of the time, it's not. Not because I'm trying to do my best Simon Miller impression. It's because my headphone is all over the place, and I don't know why it's not working right now. So
I still have not finished reading this book yet, and I know I don't have enough time to even watch All Things Wrestling. Just to change tangents here. All right, we're just all over the place, right? That's why it's impromptu. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Because again, since we last came together with that collaboration, a lot has gone down.
King right on the nick of
As
time.
the King joins in the party.
Hi, pal.
Yeah, from his house. Whose house? It's King's house. Mr. Elite.
King, how are you, brother? Too many freaking injuries, too many blasphemies going on in the summer of injuries. Can we just have Tony Khan and New Japan Management jump against some bubble wrap for all these people until Sunday? Just get them in bubble wrap until Sunday.
I don't know if that's doable. Yeah.
Sounds like Tori Yano level type of phrases that he was
Oh, damn it. Wait.
Talk about Toriano.
I gotta make this work.
Isn't it one of the facing all his cats?
We don't talk about that. Don't
No.
talk about that.
We always talk about that. What do you mean?
Rant or cornet level Yano rant, go check out the ATW chat, my friends, for find out more about that. All right, we're going to leave that name alone, and we're going to focus now on what we're here to talk about, and that is all things wrestling. So let's go ahead and talk about the first thing that happened, literally, as we do this monthly, in June, as far as I'm concerned, that mattered regarding all things wrestling. The NWA had their premium pay-per-view, Always Ready, headlined by Kylan King and Camille, who challenged each other in the name of women's professional wrestling for one of the most prestigious, definitely historic titles in the wrestling industry, the Burke. And these two literally brought a classic powerhouse bout for the ages. But Kylan King did fall short once again to the brick house, affirming her foundation at the top of the NWA, but I would love to see them go round two. At this point, I don't think there's anyone in the industry right now that is a more prolific champion in women's wrestling than Camille. And I don't think there's anybody that can beat her either, too. That being said, the NWA Always Ready show, I kind of enjoyed it for what it brought. Thank you, by the way, to Aaron Stevens for everything he brought to the industry. The former, you all know him as Damien Sandow, as he gave a passionate message and said, well, pretty much done. How long can you do something that you love and you feel it doesn't love you enough back? Of course, he's talking about doing professional wrestling for so long, but not getting the championship, particularly the 10 pounds of gold. That was probably the final straw that broke the camel's back. Homicide with two successful defenses of his title, and we have a new NWA champion in a impromptu fatal four-way, two-time Trevor Murdoch. And all I can say is, Macardona, get well soon, but I do wonder what Billy Corgan promised Mr. Always Ready.
That's what I want to know.
Speaking of, before we continue with this podcast, JJ's in the chat, Noah, saying hello.
Hey,
hello.
JJ.
How you?
Folks, be sure to follow the Jeff Meacham Network, where me and James will be giving you play-by-play commentary and reactions for the Forbidden Door this coming Sunday. And also stay tuned tomorrow night for the Jeff Meacham Network, where we'll have an impromptu open mic night fantasy booking our own Forbidden Door, including all things wrestling, including but not limited to also the WWE and Impact Wrestling. So stay tuned for more on that. Good to see you, JJ. And follow the Renegade, folks, for all sorts of movie reviews and great wholesome content too. But I digress. That being said, the only other things I can say about I'm Always Ready, where Loka made her debut against Natalia Makova. Again, the strongest aspect of the NWA for me is definitely their women's division, bar none. But I enjoyed the show for what it was worth, and I thought it was a good showcase. And then Trevor Murdoch, he's a living proof that anybody can be champion in the NWA. I'm just wondering at this point when you're going to get the damn 10 pounds of gold to the Pope. But I digress. I don't really have much more to say about that. Anything you all got to say regarding the NWA and what you think was promised to Matt Cardona that finally made him relinquish the 10 pounds of gold? Because it was not easy to get him away from that title.
Man, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The fact that Matt Cardona had to relinquish it right at the fucking worst possible time. And NWA has already gone through enough to the point where it's like, I don't know. There's so much damage to the company beyond repair that I don't know how they continue another 5 years. I really don't know. Like this, out of all the injuries that happened over this week alone, and probably over this month, this is probably the biggest hit. Because like, no matter who goes down for Forbidden Door, we know AEW's set in stone. They just got a new TV deal. We know that no matter what injury happens in the WWE, I mean, they're freaking loaded until, Vince pisses off the Raw networks, and then they're not, which we'll get to, by the way. And, I mean, even then, they're probably safe, considering how many people they actually have running the company, because it's not just Vince. So, there's other companies, too, that are, like, set in stone. Like, if somebody goes down with that on Impact, they're all set because they have somebody that they can slot in, and they have a TV deal that is guaranteed now, where they didn't have that, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, what have you. NWA is not in the same lucky boat that a lot of other wrestling companies are, and that's the cold hard fact. And Cardona going down with injury when he was going to He was probably the last gasp NWA had of being somewhat relevant to, outside this circle or outside the wrestling bubble, that I'm not convinced they're going to come back. I'm pretty sure they're done in like 5 years' time because of this. I mean, Aldis kind of started it because he decided, I'm just going to stay in the NWA and I want to be the only face instead of, having outside people challenge me for the title. He started it, and now this injury might have finished him. So.
Well, only time will tell, as again, Trevor Murdoch is the champion. We'll see who challenges him, who takes it off him, and how Billy Corgan maybe gives it back to the previous holder thereof.
I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, by the way.
I do hope you're wrong, too, personally.
I'm not wishing NWA to go down, but, man, I mean, when you look at the NWA, seriously, the only thing that's worth a damn is their women's division. That's all they have.
Fair enough.
That's all it is. It's just Camille and the women's division and the Hex and the tag team division for the women. That's it.
Well,
what else do they got?
I'm curious what the Hex does now after Ella Envy and Kenzie Page. Congrats to Kenzie Page, by the way, one of my favorites since the NWA was resurged. Finally a champion as they, by crook, they got the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions. So we had a couple of champions crowned for the NWA as they go into their new season, and Bully Ray's already been put through a table by the people that Velvet Sky can't stand. That's why you don't say the C word. That being said, I'm curious what this season brings, and also run back Camille versus Kylan King. Okay. That's all I got to say about the NWA so far, folks. Moving on from there. Guys, we just got through a crazy weekend celebrating the true alternative in professional wrestling in the last 20 years in the industry. I'm, of course, talking about Impact Wrestling, because they just had Slammiversary. They brought all the nostalgia back in more ways than one, to say the least. And overall, we got a new X Division champion. We have new Knockout Tag Team champions. They crowned their first ever Queen of the Mountain. Called it. And Eric Young and Josh Alexander, they battled for the future while giving nostalgia back to the past, bringing everything forward in 2022. And Scott Tamore and the Hebners, they had a wild moment, to say the least, when it was Impact Originals versus On No More. And so much fun stuff went down at Summerversary, too. And again, deepest condolences to the entire Hebner family with the fact that Earl Hebner, of course, lost his brother. And Brian Hebner now is no longer full-time reffing. Again, the legacy of the Hebners forever immortalized in the professional wrestling industry for the 3 count. James, I really enjoyed Summerversary for all it was worth, and it makes me believe there's a lot of promise for Impact Wrestling future going forward. They're definitely around to stay for the long haul.
Yeah, Impact is much better off than when they were even freaking 7 years ago. Like, when they left when they went for Destination America, they literally had nothing to keep them afloat. There was nothing. They were losing stars. They were literally bleeding out. And now, I mean, they're in a better freaking state now than I think I mean, it's definitely better than it was in 2010. Because
immortal.
Because like, you could say all you want about the talent, and Lord knows they wasted so much talent. But the bottom line is, what good is the talent if you have so many egos involved? What gets done? What gets accomplished? And that was the main problem with TNA. There was too many cooks in the kitchen, and there was not enough Indians, pretty much. And now, we're in a situation where, you know, there's a lot fewer cooks, and a lot more people stepping up to the plate and actually becoming the future of the industry. Like a Josh Alexander, like an Ace Austin, like a Chris Bay. I could go on and on about that fucking roster. It might honestly be second to none, only behind AEW's roster. Honest to God, like, their roster is stacked with great talent. It's really hard to look at their roster and assume that they don't have a good talent roster. The only thing they're really missing is that one main event player, and I think that's about to change with Josh Alexander going forward. Because Josh is killing it right now. I mean, absolutely killing it. You could put him in the ring with Kazuchika Okada tomorrow, and they would have a freaking 6-star classic in the Tokyo Dome. That's how good Josh is right now.
That's a hell of an accolade you gave to the Walking Weapon, the Iron Man of Impact Wrestling, to say the least. King, I know you're very happy. We had, talking about Impact Wrestling, quite a nostalgia moment for the tag team division as the Good Brothers once again claimed Impact Tag Team Gold over the Briscoes, and then had a beer bash with one of the greatest in Impact Wrestling TNA history, America's Most Wanted. That was definitely a nostalgic moment, to say the least. Tough break for Ace Austin, though, who lost the title to the guy that literally has been kind of, I would say, the curse to him since day one, and that is Speedball Mike Bailey, as Speedball Mike Bailey became the new X Division champion. But overall, I would think that Summerversary satisfied you as a professional wrestling fan, not just as a follower of Bullet Club.
Oh yeah, it satisfied me. Especially, it kind of leaves me with question now. Like, where do the Briscoes go from here? Like, don't get me wrong, the Briscoes have had a great run since there was an Impact, but dropping it to Carl and Doc, I was honestly shocked because I was hoping the Briscoes would retain and we move on from the Impact Tag Team title scene for at least a little while. But they, you know, of course, pulled a curveball on me, and they gave it to the Good Brothers, which, if I'm not mistaken, their contracts end this summer, but I'm guessing they must have got re-upped, and this was part of the, you know, negotiation process. Basically saying, if you stay with Impact, we'll give you the Impact Tag Team titles. Go from there, but the Briscoes, that's what still leaves me in question because, well, Warner Media wants nothing to do with them after what happened years ago with Jay Briscoe. So, kind of leaves me in question.
Well, again, we talk about the tag team division of Impact Wrestling. It's one of those things that we said it needs to find more meat to it, per se. And with the Good Brothers holding the titles again, I'm not sure if that moves the division forward or what it actually does. So it was an odd result, to say the least. But again, didn't hate it. Mikey, your thoughts towards Summerversary and Impact Wrestling celebrating 20 years, and anything that you are maybe curious about. Of course, we crowned our first Queen of the Mountain, and it was Jordan Grace, who
Yeah.
not only made history, but is also Knockouts champion. Once again, Tasha Steelz fell short. And boy, did Chelsea
To be,
Green Diaz
to
take a
be
fall to
honest
heaven.
with the Queen of the Mountain, I feel like Mia Yim should have won it, in my opinion, because she came back and whatever. That don't mean like she deserved it, but like she been busting her ass since she came back. So I really thought she was gonna like win it, like, but I didn't know Jordan Grace was winning, which is fine with me.
Big Mama Pump.
I mean, it's fine with me. I just want to know what she's gonna do with it. Like,
Yeah,
Two-time.
exactly.
But two-time Knockouts champion, and tonight on Impact, we saw Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo together as as Chelsea Green took on Mia Yim and curb stomped her head into the mat. So someone tells me that Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green are not done with Mia Yim after what happened to them at Summerversary. Jesus, that fall from the ladder. Good God.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah, I am glad that they're okay from that spot. I am glad that they're okay from that spot.
Well, you talk about, the risks of the industry when people dedicate themselves to this passion that they choose to do, not just necessarily for money, but the fact that they love this so much and they put their bodies, heart, mind, soul, blood, sweat, and tears on the line. It's been an odd season to say the least. And again, we talk about things that could cause injury versus just, impromptu circumstances that happen. I'm surprised Sammy Callahan and Moose survived that monster's ball mayhem that we saw.
I love that match. It was everything.
Yeah, dude, I literally went crazy when
I lost my shit.
I went nuts.
When Moose kicked out I think when Moose kicked out at one off the first pile driver, I'm like, holy shit.
On tax, James. On tax.
Yes, on tax. My apologies.
The hell?
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was really nuts.
Yeah, again, Impact Wrestling definitely gave us a little bit of everything when it came to everything that made this company to where it's to be and everywhere that's sure to go. But overall, it was
you guys keep talking because I am having issues with my...
Another thing about Slammiversary was the return of Davey Richards, which threw me off big time. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like a Samoan Joe or something. I didn't know Davey Richards was gonna come, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, also, and I'm like, this just changed the whole match completely. Like, just because Eddie Edwards is on the other side, so it's like anything could have happened. But I was happy for the match anyway.
Well, former Impact Tag Team Champions, and Eddie Edwards no longer Impact. David Richards still is Impact. Dixie Carter, by the way, who came back and welcomed back in Davey Richards. And again, that 10-minute war, it was more of a nostalgia pop because, again, we got the real deal with D'Lo Brown, literally giving us the low down and the sky high. Good grief. Talk about planting somebody.
I feel like he was kind of nervous. Like, I feel like he was kind of nervous when he went for the sky. Like, when he went for the sky high, like, I feel like he was kind of nervous.
Well, considering the fact that... Hold on, why is my camera not turning on now? There we go. Considering the fact that it's been how long since he's done those moves now? It feels like it's been forever.
10 plus years?
Yeah.
He didn't do that when he was in Aces and Eights, which, by the way, he was wearing that same cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aces and Eights.
It's been...
My favorite.
Dude, I couldn't... You know what's fucking funny? On the Impact they showed up on, Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe, I swear, they wrestled more in that one match than I've seen them wrestle in 10 years they were there. Seriously.
You're hitting all accurate points because from the time I was watching Aces and Eights, I was just basically getting back to watching, Impact for a few months off from not watching it. I'm like, who is Wes Briscoe? I know that's got to be Eric Bischoff's son, but who is Wes Briscoe? I'm like, these two can't wrestle. And now here we are, 10 plus years later, Slammiversary. I'm like, y'all must have improved, huh?
It took you 20 years, but you got there.
And here I thought the worst thing a wrestler could have is time away from the ring rust. I guess I was wrong when it came to that case.
I mean, Garrett and Wes, I think, did spot shows for a while. I don't think they ever left the industry, but they were in, like, B-level, like, local independent type indie shit.
Fair enough. Also, in other things that regarding a Slammiversary, we of course have new Knockout Tag Team Champions, where Rosemary La Buena Loca now hold the Tag Team Gold, as you now want James, apparently Ty Valkyrie, to become Ultimo Valkyrie, have all the gold in the freaking industry.
She's now champ.
You're goddamn right. She's not just champ. She's champ. She got 3 belts.
Oh yeah,
she got 3.
Yeah, she's the MLW featherweight champion. I forgot about that.
Let me just say it. I'll just say it once. God bless Taya Valkyrie. Anyway.
But can you speak on Taya Valkyrie? I just feel like WWE dropped the ball with her. Like, she could have been something.
Oh no! You don't fucking say.
She was there for 9 months.
She could have
9 months.
She could have been something big for NXT, but they didn't. They didn't push her to that point, and I just feel like they missed out a lot because she could have been an access to, like, right now. Like, she could have been helping everybody. She didn't even really need to be in NXT. They could have just put her on the main roster and she would have just shined.
But was a main roster booking idea that did not fit with what known as our Black and Gold NXT. That's why I was doomed from the start.
But it was like, my whole thing was they try to make it seem like she was like a knockoff Tori Wilson.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't like
it. That's true.
Yeah, and she was anything but, by the way, and like, because she's so good in the ring, and they just dropped the ball so bad with her, and it's just, it infuriates me. And the whole thing is too, like, oh well, you know, she's like in her late 30s, and I'm like, dude, look at her. What are you talking about? Look at her. Fucking, and like, she's in her late 30s. I'm stunned.
And the name pissed me off. What the fuck is a Frankie Monet?
I have no idea.
Like,
I don't even want to get into that name.
Any other name, but y'all choose Frankie Monet.
I don't even want to get into that name. No, that's no.
As Chris Jericho once said, that was a stupid idea from bad creative.
Yeah. That's worse than Doudrop. That's worse than Doudrop. Wait, that can't even be worse than Doudrop. Okay. So, I take that back. That's not even worse than Doudrop. Doudrop is just the worst. It's just,
Moving on.
Oh,
Rich Swann also officially claimed the Digital Media Championship, being the most professional wrestler, and Shark Boy won a reverse battle royale. Why was that brought back in 2022? I have no idea.
I didn't even get to see the reverse battle royale.
Oh, it's on YouTube for free, so you can go do it.
It's on YouTube.
That was good. That was good, wholesome Vince Russo bollocks. That's what that was.
Yeah, that was.
That was.
I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh a bit. Freaking David Young and freaking Johnny Swinger,
dude,
and then
David
Macklin.
Young, more like David Old. Holy, dude, look at him. That was unbelievable. Ooh. He looked rough, bro. Like,
yeah.
and then he hit, and then hit his greatest finisher ever at the Cab Driver Slam. It was great. It was a great time.
Oy vey. And then Bay and Macklin eliminated themselves on the apron. I'm like, what were you all thinking?
Yeah.
But I digress. Regardless, Slammiversary, definitely another great milestone in this company's history. Can't wait to see what the future brings. Great kickoff as we go into Against All Odds. Literally, next week, Friday, guys. And it will be live during SmackDown and Rampage next week, Friday. And they've already booked, can't believe I'm saying this, Clockwork of Orange Funhouse. The Raven original match between Sami Callihan and Moose. What the hell? Are we trying to end somebody's life here?
Yes.
And the Good Brothers and the Briscoes with James Storm will take on Honor No More in 10-man tag team action. A little bit out there, to say the least, but I like what we're getting so far with Against All Odds. But seriously, how many matches are you going to book literally in 2 weeks? Let's just get real here. This is not even going to be on a week. It's going to be on a Friday night. Don't slow down. Just slow down. Speaking of slowing down, the industry needs to slow down because we thought we were going to have the summer of Punk. Guys, I mean, this is a first in the industry's history for us as fans. This has been the summer of injuries. Where do we freaking begin?
Yeah.
10-0 in injuries. 10-0. 10-0 in injuries. Injuries got 10
We
wins
have
this
to
far.
start with the first injury like that happened.
Yeah, hi Punk.
Yeah.
Hey,
Punk, hi.
So Phil, what did we learn about jumping with no clearance?
Well,
you were told
at least
not
for him,
to. Listen, I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy and all. I do. Let me just make that very clear. This isn't like totally shitting on him. By the way, I am behind on the comments. I love the guy. By the way, it sucks that he's actually out, but he did it to himself. He was told not to jump anymore
and
because
he
it
did
was
it.
dangerous, and then he does it anyway, and then he fucks it up worse off the springboard. Like I get it. The basic of springboards that he's been doing for years. If you notice, before the match even begins, after he smashes his freaking leg right into the barricade, right into the damn thing, he's limping already.
Yes, he is.
And that's when I knew immediately, oh, God, he's hurt. And sure enough. So, yeah. Let's not do that no more, Punk. Please.
Yeah, I don't care if it was in LA. I mean, the only reason why you probably did it because it was LA and all that. But after this, no more. No more.
No,
don't
never risk it again.
Live and learn from your mistakes. Live by the sword or die by the sword. As he is out for 6 weeks, and then it's just been a domino effect.
Man. Thank God he's only out
for him. Yes, for others, maybe not so much. Rhea Ripley, we're very excited for with a new character design, Judgment Day. Whoa!
When I heard brain injury, dude, brain injury. What the hell does that even mean? You don't hear
That's what I was
like
going to ask you.
You don't.
I've been speculating that for days, trying to figure that out.
Like, what is a brain injury? Like,
by the way, JJ calls the Ravens match the Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. Sorry, I saw that in the comments. I thought it was funny. Continue.
JJ, appreciate you, man. And keep us up and post in the comments, James, and let your thoughts be known, too, for anybody that's watching here. We'll interact with you on this simple, fun, impromptu, free-form, too. But, yeah, Rhea Ripley, a brain injury. It's one thing, to deal with a concussion, but if you're facing something neurological, that can screw up everything about you. Your motor functions, your balance, you might never see the same again.
That's exactly what happened in the well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe you're correct, yes.
Yeah, so like, this ain't no joke when you hear stuff like that. And that, dude, that kills me, man. You don't understand, like, how big of a fan I am of this woman. The moment she came into WWE, I was hooked because I knew she had something. And
classic dude. I was like, this is somebody I like.
Yeah, like.
And then she completely turned herself into the opposite of what she once was, and I liked her even more.
Yeah,
What pisses me off is the fact that now we have to have Carmella versus Bianca. Like, nobody want to see Carmella versus Bianca. All I ask is for Bayley to return. If she returns, then if it match, boom. Great, but if she don't return, I'm gonna be mad because it makes no sense because Bianca's gonna beat Carmella.
I mean, this is on them. I mean, who else did they have?
That's an accurate statement.
Who else did they have? Like, they had no other option than Carmella.
No, because everyone else gonna be in Money in the Bank.
Because and plus WWE doesn't know how to create new stars. I mean, we all know this, guys.
Really, nobody on Raw that she hasn't. Well, they could have gave her versus Asuka like a one-on-one match. They never had the one-on-one match. No. But my thing is really nobody on Raw that she has not beaten. She done beat everybody that's on Raw.
Exactly.
That's not a whole lot of people
not even once. Multiple times.
Like, that's not even a whole lot of people either. I'm just saying.
They have willingly bled out their own roster and have chased so many people away that they don't have much of a roster left. This is what happens when you don't let the wrestlers be themselves and let them create themselves to be stars. This is
And
what you
it's like
get. You reap what you fucking
at this
sow.
point, at this point, just put the women's title as just one title at this point, because SmackDown doing worse. Ain't nobody really on SmackDown.
Well, here's my counteract to that point. They did that with the main titles. They did that with the men's titles.
Here we go.
Here we go.
How well's that going?
I'm just gonna let
No,
James
I'm not saying like
tirade out
I'm
here
not saying
while you all do this. This is a conversation
I'm
right now.
saying just
James
make it
and
as
Mike. We're just gonna
one
sit this out.
title.
No, I get
Have
what you're
him carry
saying.
like not carry both titles, just make it into one. Because at the end of the day,
Oh, no.
it's really no woman.
I agree with you. Here's the thing. WWE can say,
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Jeff. Let me just put this out there, okay? Whether the WWE wants to admit it or not, they're treating it as one championship. Just there are two different belts representing the same fucking championship. So guess what? It's one fucking championship. So again, my question is, how well has that gone? There's nobody there to challenge Roman. Not a single fucking soul.
That's the point. But this brings up another thing. Money in the Bank is on its way. It's legit like July 2nd. My whole thing is who's gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank? That's one, and how are they gonna cash in on someone that cannot be beaten?
Yeah, exactly.
So
people are saying
like, okay, it's basically like, okay, then that's just gonna be a filled cash in.
It's gotta be Seth Rollins, the only one that could actually cash in on Roman Reigns. It's gotta be Seth. There's nobody else who can figure right now that can be Money in the Bank. It's gotta be Seth. After Cody Rhodes, who also, might I add, is injured for 9 months.
Well, I say if Seth Rollins cashes in, he's either gonna take he's gonna take both belts, or like he's gonna probably just take one and just like, all right.
Another thing, so they're looking at them both as one title, right? We're talking about a title with 50 years of legacy to it, and then the Universal Blueberry Championship. That's the reality that we got for the last 2.5 damn years. That has become apparently more important than the WWE Championship. Wow, way to spread your history. And it's like, okay, so does he get both? Do you just get one? Do we finally get rid of one? Are you going to merge the two into one? You might as well at this point.
I just say merge it, but I think what's going to happen is if Rollins wins it, I feel like he's either going to just take one and then drop the other, but I feel like it's going to involve Cody Rhodes when he does come back. I feel like he's coming back during Royal Rumble.
He'll be
Right.
number 30.
It will be around
Pull a John Cena from 2008.
I think he's gonna pull a John Cena. I feel like he's gonna pull a John Cena and just like appear and just be like and win the Royal Rumble and then challenge the champion at Mania. That's what's gonna happen. And it's probably gonna
Rock. That's your next best audible at this point.
But my whole thing, it was reports saying that Roman's not dropping the title until WrestleMania 39,
and that's a mistake.
And that's a big mistake.
Unless they do it at Clash at the Castle in September against Drew when Roman comes back.
Let me just point out the obvious. Let me just point out the obvious.
I agree, Mikey. Go ahead, James.
Let me just point out the obvious when it
and then we'll go back to the injury report. Sorry, folks.
We'll go back to the injury report, but real quick, actually, I have DTA. DTA is in the chat.
Hello.
He has said this. Agreed, Punk needs to stick with what he's best at, being the best in the world. That was with the Punk debate discussion earlier. DTA also says, Carmella has been off TV for months and immediately got a title shot, booking like a blind librarian. Fuck.
Talk about.
Whoa. Whoa. Holy.
Wow.
All right, DTA. Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay. So we're not using the Dewey Decimal System, and it's not being done by Leave It Bates. Got it.
Yeah, and then
that's my friend. Yeah, that's my friend Dylan. What up, Dylan?
Hey, Dylan.
Can we just see how Alexa really like disrespected Carmella in all aspects? Like she told her like you don't have a gimmick of yourself. Like you're not successful at all by yourself. Like she really told her off in just one promo, which I was really so hype about. I was like, finally somebody said some shit to Carmella. Like finally, because she tried to make it seem like because she was basically telling Liv like, I don't know why you here because you're not a champion. You've never been a champion, and I'm just like, you trying to single out Liv, but you wouldn't be champion without James Ellsworth. Like,
Yeah. Truth.
And you wouldn't be nothing without R-Truth.
Yeah, this is the.
You absolutely are not wrong.
This is the WWE canon problem. Real quick, also DTA, which is I guess what's his name, Dylan. He says Lesnar versus Roman is Cena versus Orton. Yeah. Yeah. You know what's bad when I would take Cena. You know what's bad when I would take Cena versus Orton again in a heartbeat as opposed to this fucking.
I think
garbage.
I really want that match again. Or I want Cena.
Seriously, I'd rather that.
Face each other.
Seriously, I'd rather that at this point. If you're not going to give me new stars, then just give me the old ones. That's what you
at this
condition me
point,
to feel.
I'd rather Cena versus Edge. Give me Cena versus Edge again. One last time.
Yeah.
Well, John Cena will be back on Monday Night Raw next week, celebrating 20 years. So, the heck with it. It's impromptu. At this point, folks, you know somebody that's with an injury, let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about them too.
Please, yeah.
Because, good Lord Almighty,
interact with us. Let us know.
We'll get back to the injuries. I just wanted to make
this. We will. Injuries. You got Sky Blue, Red Velvet. Sorry, King. You got Ali. You got Kenny Omega. You got CM. Well, Kenny Omega's not coming back anytime, so let's just get that out there. You got CM Punk. You got Anthony Bowens. Orange Cassidy just returned from injury. Good. Legit. She's still on the freaking shelf. And most recently, I just heard tomorrow she is injured. He's not going to be involved at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Ashton Smith. Yeah. What's his name? Yeah, Ashton Smith. I think that guy. He had to freaking vacate the NXT UK Tag Team Champions because he got injured. Both members of Red Dragon are injured. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
What?
Yeah, both. Did you not? You didn't know that?
Bobby Fish.
Yes, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are both injured.
It was just Kyle O'Reilly, but it was just Bobby. Now it's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me! How long?
I wish I was.
We wish we was, but we. Well, I didn't
read the report.
I mean,
again.
It's nothing new to me about Bobby Fish getting injured. It's like he always got injured.
Bobby Fish is a given considering how long he's done this. And
he's injury prone at this rate.
It's like it's nothing.
His body has been worked. His body has been worked.
Well, I knew Kyle because remember guys, Kyle's been wearing that kinesis tape heavily a lot.
Yes.
So it's basically, I knew he was going to be injured right then and there.
Well, considering the wars he's had with John Moxley and Darby Allin, particularly.
Yeah.
It's
bad.
Is there any other injury at this point? Is someone in Impact Wrestling injured at this point?
Io Shirai's
been on the shelf for a while too. I mean, and Bayley, of course, she's doing the Chris Jericho thing. She'll come back when she's ready. Ding dong, hello, Bayley. The WWE needs you.
By the way, JJ in the chat said Dylan's out of line, but he's not wrong.
There you have it.
But let me just.
That is accurate. That is very accurate.
I'm gonna go back to what we were talking about earlier. Obviously, so many injuries in way too short of a time. It's
the summer of injuries. Yeah. I've never heard this many injuries across the wrestling landscape.
The only time that I can equate this to was, do you guys remember the time they just got finished with the brand split for Raw and SmackDown? And SmackDown kind of got shafted around then, as usual.
2016.
But they still had a very good roster that they could have done something with. And then injury after injury after injury after injury after injury for like a fucking span of 6 months.
Because I remember I went to WrestleMania 32, and Seth Rollins. I was seeing Seth Rollins in the press box at WrestleMania 32.
Yeah, that was another time. I was talking about the 2011 run of SmackDown.
That too. Yep. That one.
Yeah, that injury bug. Yep. Yeah, that was bad.
Yep, I remember that year. That was a bad year for WWE at that. That was bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like when they were turning into the reality era? I believe because that was shortly after the aggression.
Yes.
Yep.
What we are seeing right now, though, and this is the truth, is look at the amount of people that just came back from injury. Now look at the people that just went down with the injury. And I'm talking between both companies. The difference between AEW is when somebody is out, they always have somebody that they can just line right in there and give them a chance.
Next man up.
Yeah, like basically a backup plan.
They have a backup plan 100% of the time, every time.
An audible with continuity. We saw countless times during the pandemic.
Except nowadays, not so much with WWE.
Because everybody that they have is either don't want to do it or
they're in AEW, or they went to Impact or New Japan or something.
Like it's like they just not being booked
they
right
to
the point where
insert wrestling company name here.
There you go. That's pretty much accurate right there. Insert
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, what do you expect when you don't build for the future? You did this to yourself. You only have yourselves to blame. Congratulations, you played yourself. I mean,
I say WWE fucked up when they put both titles on Roman. Well, let Roman have this orgasm.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's when they fucked up because they let him run through everybody that was a major player
in the roster, and he's got nobody else to face.
And they are, and look at how desperate they become. They are holding out.
Not Lesnar.
The not even just Lesnar. Now they brought back Lesnar. Now they're trying to find any opponent they can give him, and they're making him a part-time wrestler. Just in that brief moment of glimmering hope, like that Mr. Dwayne dangled like a loose carrot for them to take and chomp off. Like that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the fucking Rock. And guess what? If it wasn't gonna happen 3 fucking years ago, don't book the match.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I did hear that he's free around.
Yes, he is free
around Royal Rumble time and WrestleMania time. So I don't know.
He is.
Listen.
So
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
They booked John Cena versus The Rock over a year period, but of course that was literally booked with a face-to-face the night after WrestleMania.
Let me just point this out, okay? When The Rock came back in 2011 and did those runs in 2012 and 2013, that was right before his big boom period in Hollywood, where he literally could not do anything sports-based at all. And maybe it's winding down now because he's been on this freaking practically 10-year streak at this point with it. And he has been, almost. But the simple fact is, unless he's truly wind down, he's not coming back. And I'm just willing to accept that at this point, that he's not going to come back. WWE wants to hold out hope, and remember what we said beforehand? He was supposed to be at Mania, a couple years ago.
Right.
And he was supposed to be he was supposed to be at Survivor Series last year to promote the fucking match. Guess who? And he couldn't show up because he had other commitments. And then they got all pissed. And then they got all bitch pissy and took it out on him.
I agree with you, but I just feel like if they're not gonna do the match, then let Roman drop the title, because he's not only holding up the SmackDown roster, he's also holding up the Raw roster. That people on that roster that deserve
championship to headline their show. They have no headliner right now either. Raw is literally a ship without a captain.
Like you have Bobby Lashley, you got Seth Rollins, you got Riddle. Riddle's actually killing it right now. He had a banger with Roman. He could have won that match. He easily had so many times in that match. He easily could have won. But
but you know what? You know what it's become? This is what WWE's become. They're boxing of pro wrestling. That's what they are.
There you go.
That's exactly what it is. They except the only difference is, while boxing has way too many federations and won't unify the titles, WWE unified the titles without having a fucking thing to build for their roster. That's the only difference.
Exactly. That's another thing.
But the promotional tactics are the same. Keep the guy part-time, your top guy part-time, until the big fucking star comes in to job out to him. It's the same.
That's another thing with the tag titles. The tag titles are done. Like, Usos done beat everybody.
Yeah. I mean, WWE is doing the same tactic with Roman that boxing's done with Mayweather for years. It's the same thing.
I think Mayweather still has the bigger wallet. Anyway, Eric, hey Eric,
Yep.
we're talking about WWE bringing themselves to a corner when it comes to, well, basically everything at this point.
I mean,
they do that all the time, though.
Exactly. Is this
so nothing new there. And we're talking about the summer of injuries with how many people has been injured, and we're just like, good grief almighty, can we get a daggone break anymore? Jeez,
yeah, this is annoying. I mean,
ridiculous.
We got word Sky Blue's next on the list.
No, we already heard about that.
Sky Blue.
We already heard about that one.
Yep. They're the latest ones I heard of besides Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and of course Ali, like you alluded to, and Ishii also is out of the Forbidden Door now as well. So it's like
Rhea hurts me the most, honestly.
Brain
injury though is no joke. When you literally you are affected neurologically, that literally can screw you up the rest of your life. That's that's like your brain being like juggled or something bouncing the back. I don't even want to think about what could be wrong with her brain at this point. I'm not a freaking neuroscientist, thank God. But geez, that's scary. And we all know she loves to use a headbutt. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Ooh, yeah.
Isn't that the same? Isn't it the same style headbutt that Shibata used too?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
She also has teeth injury.
Oh, really?
Well, Shibata's been jacked in the jaw so many times. That doesn't surprise me when you're a never weight champion.
Apparently involved her knee.
What?
She did something with there was a knee attack that was done and it messed with her teeth. Rhea.
Oh wow.
Oh, Rhea.
Oh. Jesus. I didn't know that. Good Lord Almighty.
So she's dealing so she's dealing with a headache and a toothache. Jesus Christ.
Goodness.
That's a dangerous combination.
Yeah, that's not good. Hey, Rhea, sorry. I hope you get better, girl. That fucking sucks. I'm like the biggest. I'm a huge Rhea mark. I'm not even gonna hide it. Like
I'm not. I mean, Stephen Osborne would be proud of you, James. That's all I gotta say about that. But ever since the Mae Young Classic, Rhea Ripley to me was always somebody that I thought.
Guys,
in this industry.
I remember Rhea getting hurt so much mentally from the WWE, and probably still happening to this day. Honestly, let's not kid ourselves. Especially in light of recent events. And I looked at it, and I'm just like, wow, this woman went through fucking hell there. Like, I was the first one to tell her, as a concerned fan, you gotta leave. And I tweeted this to her, like, you got to leave.
Oh, you angered the Twitterverse.
I probably did, but I didn't care, because, like, I cared more about the performer in this case.
You cared about the person.
I cared about the person, actually. I would not even just the fucking performer, the person. And she, she said what she stayed, she stuck it out, and she got the Raw Championship, and then she got the Tag Team Championship, and now she was moving on to this, WWE, this Judgment Day thing, and I'm like, oh man, this is really cool for Rhea, and then the timing couldn't be any freaking worse. It's like she was robbed of time, dude. She is way too young to have a brain injury to hold her back this soon. Like that.
Well, we can only hope that's nothing.
Just Red Velvet's on the list now too.
Yeah.
We already talked about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Eric's basically covering the list that's shorter than the list of Jericho. But I'm not wrong, am I?
If we talk about injuries, can we talk about how people shitted on Cody for fighting with an injury?
Yeah, look,
I feel like,
but I'm still be like, dude, why did you do that?
I feel like if you're gonna shit on Cody for fighting for an injury, like fighting with an injury, I feel like you should shit on Kenny Omega too. He fought with a bunch of injuries and nothing.
Yeah. But there is a difference. There is a slight difference. Let me explain. The difference is that wasn't public record until after he left.
I know, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, he still fought with an injury, and he got
and I even said, like, Kenny, you have to stop. You have to stop. Take a breath. I know you were obsessed with trying to fulfill this story, but you have to stop. You have to stop before the wheels really come off, and you can't do this.
Yeah, and
of course, currently injured right now, still holds the IWGP United States Championship.
Yeah, I mean Cody. Speaking of Cody, like let's just call the elephant in the room. Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega, two of the toughest sons of bitches in the wrestling industry right now.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Bar none.
Bar none. That's absolutely accurate.
There's no way. There's no way either one of them should be walking with the punishment they've taken to them.
I think a lot of people took Kenny Omega for granted. Like his absence everybody has been feeling his absence. Like this doubt. Like I feel like a lot of people took him for granted. Like I just feel like this Forbidden Door pay-per-view doesn't feel like it's supposed to have felt. Like I feel like Kenny Omega should have been on the card. Like I'm just so mad.
This is now day 204 that we have not seen Kenny Omega
Here's
in
the thing.
AEW.
Here's the thing. I said this before on the rundown with James and his and the rundown crew, but I said like Kenny Omega has admitted, I don't think I'll ever be 100%. And I was like, oh, does it probably have to involve that you're still working as a producer role, you're still doing the EVP work, you're working on a video game, you're dealing with the stress of you developers trying to curtail the game from your vision, you're now worried that your best friend might be shot by the Yakuza Mafia.
Yeah, I mean,
and you just now realize you'll never be 100% mentally with this mental burnout you're risking?
I mean, when you say 100%, he didn't specify what part, but again, when I think about you're in the wrestling industry, you take care of yourself both physically and mentally because either of those aspects, this industry can make or break you. And we've seen it.
I know definitely who it broke.
Yeah, I mean,
who?
Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a segue to this freaking travesty of a human being.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about that impromptu. So Ric Flair is doing this last match type special where apparently he was training for a bit with Jay Lethal, but then he burned the bridge with that. And I guess now at this special show through StarCast, I think that's sponsoring it, Ric Flair will have one last match, but it will be a tag team affair. Right, Eric?
That's just last thing we heard, but here's the thing. It got worse. For the last 24 hours. Let me explain. Ric Flair, the Nashville mayor, I must stress, the mayor of Nashville decided, okay, so this guy's on a death sentence. He's clearly lost his mind. I'm going to make a holiday dedicated to him on July 31st.
Fuck Ric Flair. Nobody got time for him.
Yeah, dude.
Really. Next.
Okay.
Next.
Dude,
and then
I'm sorry.
And
you
then
want to talk about fucking tone deaf?
First of all, you's old. Like, why did you even want to wrestle in the last match when you already had your last match? Stop being motherfucking selfish. Please.
And here's the thing. It gets worse. It gets worse. He acknowledges, I have all these health scares, but my only concerns are my inner ear issues. I'm also taking blood thinners. Oh, and you can just plug back in the pacemaker.
So you say you want to die? Basically saying you want to die, right?
You say you want to die in Nashville.
Okay, so let him die. We gonna at this point.
Here's the thing. Look.
Let's not go that dark.
Let's not go that far. As much as we don't like Rick.
I mean, not for nothing, Noah, but I understand where Mikey's coming from because it's either that or he sexually assaults another female again.
Oh yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah,
so,
that part.
I mean.
Also, here's the thing.
Go ahead, Eric.
Here's the thing. It also got even worse.
Go ahead.
Of course it did.
Oh, go ahead.
You know,
because there are people demanding for a glorified execution. Because blood and death. They were the Jim Crockett Promotions or whoever is doing this said there's a public demand for this. Bigger venue, 9,000 people.
Yeah, I mean...
For Ric Flair, for Ric Flair's last
glorified execution.
It's a thing.
Listen. Everybody involved with this, from all sorts of reasons, from a political stance, from a health stance, from just a moral stance, in the case of Flair, sexually assaulting women. This is so beyond tone deaf, it's fucking laughable at this point. I mean, why would you even attempt this? Never mind the dude's age. Never mind the dude's selfish as a hell. Never mind the fact that he has a half a stomach. Never mind the fact that he has all these demons that follow him everywhere he goes now.
He said half a stomach. Sorry.
So, dude, listen, I'm not, and a lot of people are going to be like, listen, people saying that Ric Flair, wishing the worst on Ric Flair, they're horrible people. Well, what's the difference between him and Flair? I'm sorry, but like, I'm not going to claim that people wishing death on him are horrible people. I'm not one of them. I don't want that. Let me make that very fucking clear. I don't necessarily give a shit either way.
That part, like, when I meant let him die, I meant if he wants to die in that ring, that's on him. That's not on anybody. You wanted this to be your last match? That's going to be your last match. Anything that happens to you is on you, not anybody else.
Die by the sword. The classic proverb goes.
Right. This is what I wrote. This is what I wrote on Twitter.
To clarify that, I don't want him to die. I'm just saying anything that happens is on him.
But it's like for people that are saying, oh well, wishing death upon him is a horrible thing. Well, it's like, listen, it's not without just cause. Imagine if you were the father of that flight attendant. Seriously, imagine if you were the father of that flight attendant. You'd be pissed off too.
I wonder if it cost $3 million. So let's go ahead and segue into the latest
Wait,
scandal.
before that, let me just say this. I wrote this on Twitter when I heard the whole Nashville mayor decide to give Ric Flair a holiday and how Ric Flair is saying all this stuff at a press conference. I wrote this. I'll not only blame Flair for making the choice to do this, but everyone that helped enable this and bought a ticket to a glorified high-risk death sentence.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean...
Hey...
Let's be real. I'm going to be honest when I say this. I think at this point, I can easily say, at this point his family's kind of just done with him. They clearly can't convince him to stop. Charlotte's pretty much admitting at this point, yeah, my father's kind of lost his mind. David Flair can't do anything about it. Jay Lethal, the one guy who was backing him this whole time, gets backstabbed in the end by Flair saying, you have an attitude issue, you're not coming to my last match. And it's like, well, then there goes the only guy that could protect you, because who else would work with you? I'm like, I know there were rumors, and I'm not kidding when I say this, there were rumors that Hulk Hogan might be the guy. Because,
yeah, like he was
brother. Because let's get the worst aspects of all wrestling in one conglomerate death trap.
Yeah, and by the way...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break. I mean...
brother.
Honestly, let it happen. I don't really give a shit. I just...
Do you really think...
It's really dumb on every level that it's happening.
It is. But again, the guys, you gotta remember this. Humanity is responsible for their own stupidity at the end of the day.
Amen to that.
Like, listen.
Simple as that.
I'm sure people are legitimately looking forward to this, and if that's your choice, good on you. I'm not going to begrudge you for being a spectator. Whatever. Like, we're all spectators of wrestling.
Right,
I'm not judging those people, but I'm not judging the people that are saying that they don't want to see this guy wrestle ever again after the shit that came out. Nor am I judging
not even
people.
that.
And then judging the freaking people, and then I'm not going to judge the people that are judging the people putting this event together, including Conrad Chopstick, because they deserve every bit of flack they're getting on this.
Because if something happened to them, something happened to him, it falls back on them as well.
Oh, it's gonna. Dude,
it's called a lie. It's called a liability.
Because basically they let the shit happen where they could have prevented it from happening.
Bro, if Flair dies in that ring, Conrad's going to prison. That's how serious this is. Like you,
right?
If he dies under his care, under his watch. And it is under Conrad Thompson's watch.
Going to jail.
He goes to jail for involuntary manslaughter.
Right.
That's how serious this is. If the worst happens. And it's not like one of these things where, well, let's not look for the worst case scenario. It can happen. We can't just ignore it when there's a 70-year-old guy going in the middle of that ring and about to take a damn back bump from the top turnbuckle, which he says he wants to do. It can happen. There's a legitimate possibility of this happening.
And has health conditions at that.
It was on death's door a few years ago to the point that he was like, well, he's probably going to die. Let's make a video package for him.
Right. Seriously.
I just feel like the match shouldn't even happen. But, hey.
It shouldn't.
Here's the thing.
Many reasons it shouldn't.
Agree. And like I said, we're living in a post-wrestling world where Owen Hart was dead. Thanks, Vince and Kevin Dunn, and your negligence. And heartless response. And we're living in a post-world where Rey Mysterio probably still thinks he killed a guy in Mexico in the ring.
Which he did. Which he didn't.
No, but I'm pretty sure he still has it on his conscience. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of...
Totally understandable, but still.
Yeah, that's not Rey's fault on that, but continue.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, if you were there and you were in this match and you were the last guy in physical contact with him in this ring, I'm pretty sure that would eat away at your conscience.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, that's There's so
that would give
wrong there.
That would give me nightmares. That would give me nightmares for the rest of my life.
And that's ultimately what this comes down to, isn't it? Like, it goes back to Mikey's point. What a selfish douche. Like, to put everybody through this amount of bullshit. For what? For fucking what? Imagine what his fucking daughter is thinking right now.
If I was Charlotte Flair, I would cut all ties with him.
Guys, I think we forgot the most important part here.
Go ahead.
What would that be?
What is that before we move on to the latest news in WWE?
Seems to forget this. I just realized I should have mentioned this. Charlotte might have to live with the idea that she lost her brother and could lose her father.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't have enough stress as it is being a Flair working for the WWE.
Oh yeah, Charlotte and WWE, they're not helping matters in my opinion because they're like, let's make Charlotte look bad, let's push her to the side because Andrade's in AEW and Ric Flair's keep talking, and it's like Ric Flair doesn't seem to realize that it's his fault his daughter's getting punished.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love
the thing is, Charlotte Flair, Andrade, congrats to y'all's recent engagement.
Exactly.
Charlotte Flair, get well soon. And to anybody out there that deals with this madness in the professional wrestling industry, whether you work for it or analyze it, try and protect your mentality and have a sense of sanity.
Yeah, speaking of mentality real quick, I'll end it with Charlotte real quick.
Oh!
You mentioned Charlotte.
I did.
Charlotte.
What's on your mind, James?
I saw there was there was a post. I don't remember where I saw it. It was fucking ages ago now, so I can't be asked to freaking look it up now. But
okay, so it's probably just old.
It was some really bad, tasteless opinion article about how because Ric Flair is rich, she should have nothing to complain about. And I'm like, dude.
I mean, she's human at the end of the day.
Listen,
what are you talking about?
Has Charlotte made mistakes? Sure, she has.
We all have. That's called being human.
Has the other women in the freaking locker room in WWE also made mistakes? Like staying with the same damn company that keeps pushing them and oppressing them every chance that they fucking get. Yes, they have. Hope you take that one to heart, by the way.
That goes with the whole Sasha wanting to leave and stuff like that because of the shit that they did. Like,
bro,
I feel like Sasha had a point. Like, the reason why she kept complaining was because she wanted more for the women. She wanted more for the women's tag team titles. That's the reason why she brought it in, so the other women can have for the women's division. But they keep fucking it up. They keep making a mockery of the title. And that's the problem.
And here's the unfortunate reality. Here's the unfortunate reality. It was said in multiple reports that I'm going to say I think WWE finally broke the roster because now they said the roster wasn't on Sasha and Naomi's side. Sasha fights for them.
Which is again why I said what I said. I hope they take what I said to heart.
Like Sasha might seem like she's like
Charlotte to the point needed the break, so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna lose the title and I'm gonna take the break because I'm done with this.
It's like Sasha might
seem
like she come off as she's just that bitch. Period. Like she just don't care. It's all about herself, but it's not really like that. She wants everybody to win, and that's the reason why she just like, all right, take your fucking titles. I'm gone. peace.
So,
Like,
is it a title or is it a prop? King, you've been quiet this whole time. Is there anything on your mind regarding the Flick Flair thing, or before we move into the latest thing regarding women's wrestling and the state of the WWE?
I've just been letting them say what's on their mind, and they're basically hitting on all points because basically we all know this is Flair. We all know that he's selfish, and basically he just wants to be what Flair wants to do is what Flair wants to do. If he wants to have his last match in Nashville and have an execution like Eric said, fine, let it happen. Because like, how many matches have we basically? How many retirements, so-called retirements, that Ric Flair has done to where it's gotten to a point to where it's just old news? Flair's going to come back for another match, this and this and this, like another match here, another match there. Dude, if you want to,
this is my concern. If Ric Flair even makes it out there and he feels 100% okay, you know he's going to try and do this again.
Yeah,
he's going to take that risk again and again and again until it eventually catches up with him.
It's like he wants to die where he loves the sport.
Shall I say the same thing that I said about Jeff Hardy, and I'll apply it to Ric Flair? Your job is no longer to wrestle in the ring. Your job is to be a father and husband that you have never been.
Fair point.
Right.
Before we talk about the Vince stuff, did you all talk about Forbidden Door?
No. I saved the most positive aspect of this for the main event. Yes. Predicting talk about that.
I got an update from PW Insider. I'll tell. There was an update for Forbidden Door.
It depends. Is Tomohiro Ishii replaced with another New Japan star? What's the update on that?
No, that was already reported by New Japan.
Okay, who's replacing?
Clark Connors.
The guy that faced him in the Eliminator on New Japan Road.
Yeah, they kind of are out of options. Really? But there has been an announcement.
No, they didn't. Fucking Alex Collin exists.
Yeah, I know.
Alex Coughlin in the buy-in. He's in the buy-in.
Why? Put him in the
we'll talk more.
Before you all lose it, there is something I gotta say. They added a match.
The what?
They added another match.
Oh,
another match. What match?
What did they add?
It's going to be announced on Rampage.
Oh, someone's spoiling for you for Rampage.
Yeah, you want to know what it is?
Yeah, please, just tell us.
This match is...
Spoiler alert if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Love and our glory versus El Desperado and Yoshiburu, whatever his last name is, of Suzuki Gun.
Suzuki Gun versus Swerve in his glory?
Glory?
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think that's a force.
That's a little bit out there.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. To be honest,
I don't even know how to feel.
I think they kind of realized. Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Time out. If you fuckers knew that the match timing was going to be off, why did you book a fatal 4-way IWGP World Championship match when you can have Jay White versus Adam Cole as a singles match and have Adam Page versus Kazuchika Okada for the fucking title?
Actually, I know why.
Please explain to me why that was so hard.
I can explain that. I can explain that a little bit.
At this point, we've had enough WWE shit because already we're coming up with Forbidden Door. So go ahead, Eric, and then we'll start moving into the card.
No, I thought we were going to talk about Vince and all that because
we're still.
We're still going to do that if y'all want.
Yeah,
I
think I know why they made this a fail for the IWGP. It's primarily because we want Adam Cole for the show.
Yep.
He has a torn labrum.
Yep.
You gotta protect him.
Yep. Pretty much.
They could have easily make this a triple threat match, but screw logic.
Okay, James. Adam Cole has been working with a torn labrum in his shoulder.
Right. So far, has not required
since Revolution.
Since Revolution.
Just take him off the fucking card then, and let the man heal. Why do you do this?
Apparently, Adam Cole was the one that made the call, even though he probably never should have.
Well, they need to stop letting these wrestlers make their own fucking call.
Yeah, agreed, Mikey. Agreed.
How about you tell these motherfuckers that you cannot go out there knowing that you have a torn labrum because that shit could get worse and then your ass is done.
Look, I'm not Doc Samson. I'm not a medical doctor of any sort of degree. Neither are you, Mikey. But the bottom line, if you're working while injured, there's a certain extent to how much you work while injured. And a torn labrum, it sounds like you're pushing it.
Guys, enough is enough.
Anyway.
Learn from your mistakes. If you feel like you are
About to lose another one.
If you feel,
I mean, Avco's been doing this for 14 years, though, so he probably knows a thing about this. Well, I guess.
Well, we could say the same thing about Kyle and Bobby. They're on the injured reserve too.
That's true.
You got to have the whole
if you
undisputed
feel,
elite.
if you feel the slightest bit injured to the point where you can't even perform in the ring on a high level, take fucking time off. It's not that hard. We don't want to see you hurt. We want you to get well. We'd rather you get well and then come back better than ever than for you to continue to wrestle and then injure yourselves to an even worse state.
Word.
God damn.
I'd rather not have like the big names on TV. If you injured, get yourself healed and come back. It's like
we have plenty of names. Holy shit. There's so many guys trying to break through that door.
They said this. Everyone was bashing AEW for signing so many people, and it's like, well, did you have a prepared statement for this?
Exactly.
I
hate AEW. F you.
That's what I was saying. Like everybody's like scared.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a real intelligent response coming from somebody that probably lives in their mom's basement eating a cup of ramen noodles, looking to get their virginity finally taken away from them.
Well, I will tell you this though.
Hey, hold on! I take offense to that. Hang on here. Hang on there.
Loki, I do take offense to that, but I know it wasn't directed towards me, so I'm good on that.
Nobody here. You all seem like educated, intelligent, sensible professional wrestling.
But no way. Let's be fair here. I have 2 rooms upstairs.
I have a room in the back.
This is my room.
I'm in every day.
This is all my house.
Anyway,
I do also.
By the way, since we're going to segue into this, I'll just start this off. 2 more investigation groups are looking into Vince.
Then let's go ahead and talk about the hottest news story before we talk about the Forbidden Door, because is Vince finally going to get...
I'm so sorry, because I know you want to move on to this topic, but JJ just brought the best question up, and I do feel like we should discuss this.
Oh, please.
Please, go ahead.
JJ, a.k.a. Casa D18 Studios, subscribe, folks, says in the comment live chat, do you think Adam Cole Bebe performing while injured has anything to do with Cody Rhodes? Rhodes went out there and had a 25-minute Hell in a Cell match with a torn pectoral muscle.
I was worried about this.
Cole could feel like he has something to prove.
No,
absolutely.
I don't think so. He was hurt from Revolution.
You know what? Let me put this in perspective, because while I understand Cody's desire to do it, and again, never should have happened for every reason that Eric said.
There's a certain level of a human being's mentality to push themselves this far in wrestling, to even try and do or even surpass what the hell Cody chose to do for 25 minutes.
It is Cody. Okay. It is Cody's choice, and I'm not gonna begrudge Cody for that. What I am gonna do is begrudge the company for ever allowing it to happen in the fucking first place. Because let's just call it out right now. What JJ's basically saying is, in a different terminology, is this is cutthroat as fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is cutthroat as fuck. And I don't think a lot of people wanted to say that, but I saw there was a couple of comments that said as much, that this was cutthroat, because they were going to basically, it was, number one, it was obviously to stick it to Punk, who couldn't, wrestle on a broken foot until he heals for 6 weeks. That was number one, obviously. Number two, it was to hopefully get AEW wrestlers to do the same exact shit.
Well, there might have been a third reason.
Being a former AEW guy, is going to have a lot more influence on the AEW locker room than a lot of people care to admit. So...
No doubt.
I think there's a point to JJ's comment here, honestly.
I think there's a third option. I think there's another third option.
Go ahead.
What would that be?
Imagine if a wrestler in WWE gets hurt, and then they say they can't wrestle. What do you think Vince is going to say? Oh, so you're not as tough as Cody. Got it. You get out of my sight.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I am going to want to scream what I just read.
That's why, because you ran out of your seat. So I want to know what you're about to talk about.
Guys, this is, for those that don't know, this is the Inquirer of all things news for ATW. So if it actually made him react like he just did a moment ago,
We gotta let it
get
happen.
ready for something.
Okay.
What is it?
I thought it was already bad enough we had the glorified death sentence as Ric Flair's final match. There's more to the show.
Oh boy.
You want to know what they did? And when I heard this, I was like, no, you cannot give me that match on that show. I cannot, out of principle, watch it.
Go ahead.
We're listening.
Josh Alexander is going to the show. He's defending the Impact World title against MLW's Jacob Fatu.
God damn it.
What?
Of course they booked that high caliber match on that
Not only that, the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Wolves at Ric Flair's death sentence.
What?
Conrad bragged about it on social media saying, I just signed this match, I'm putting this match on there, we're going to make history, essentially.
Even though it's all going to be before Ric Flair.
On that pay-per-view anyway.
Oh my god.
Well, you got to have your headliner, but then everything else pretty much has to be there just to engage the audience. So I guess,
Hey, listen. This,
No comment.
It is for the betterment of everybody involved that everybody just waits in a year from now when all of these matches that happen on the prelims before Ric Flair's ultimate demise because he's an idiot and doesn't know when enough's enough and it's time to stop, to just watch these matches on Facebook in a year.
He sounds like a father. I can't.
We just watch these matches on Facebook in a year. It don't matter to me.
I mean, true.
We use a thing called Google, and we went to Wrestling Online, and we just found a way to watch any match we might have missed. So, I mean,
allegedly.
Allegedly, folks.
Allegedly.
They even got JCP commentator David Crockett and Impact announcer Tom, I can't pronounce his last name, involved in this.
Hennepin.
Yeah.
All right, well, either way, I'm still not watching it.
Okay, now after all this, we can talk about this.
Okay.
Vince McMahon is a brazen psychopath who thinks he's untouchable, and the bootlickers did it. The tribalists did this.
Where do we begin? Where do we begin with this? Because, Eric, that was a hell of a way to emphasize this.
Wow.
That was a very good intro to the segment.
In about let's see, in about
is anybody
7.5 seconds, you just pissed off all of Twitter. Nice one.
I mean, is anybody really like...
Let them be pissed, because if I was the owner and I was being accused of all this, and I just stepped back from my big powerful roles as supreme dictator, I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna keep myself out of the public eye for a while. I'm gonna keep myself in the public eye, out of the public eye. Nah, I'm gonna go out there, see how the people react, and then laugh like I'm psychopathically like I'm a genius, and then bray like I'm so powerful. I am untouchable.
I mean, are you?
And then he wants to come out on TV.
In hindsight, I should have expected Vince to be this brazen.
I mean, like, is anybody surprised at what he's doing? Like, he don't give a fuck. He clearly don't.
Yeah. Just take Friday and Monday for
one word.
Because
King.
At this point, it's like okay, it's an allegation. It's allegations against him. It's stuff like this, and it's like okay. It's like Tim is like, okay.
We know this already. That's the thing.
Everybody
and their mother knows this dude's a raging pervert. This is not a shock
and
to
it's
anybody.
like to him, it's like okay, this is just adds on to everything else that I did, and I just don't give a fuck because it's gonna be thrown down the throwaway. I'm gonna give a fuck.
I will smile if this comes back to bite him in the ass like you won't believe.
Here's the thing. I'm convinced that Vince could go out there, decapitate someone's head off on live television, say I did it with intent, and everyone would bow before him because he gave us our childhood, when that's a terrible reason.
Yeah.
Let's take Friday and Monday for example.
Ideas for country redacted.
Yeah.
Just take Friday and Monday for example, because Friday he cut a promo on SmackDown saying, "Then, now, forever, together," and then Monday, Monday,
Yes,
he wanted to do a meme. He wanted to do a meme and just jump off the steps as soon as he was exiting the ring.
That's where all those internet fans came from?
Yeah, that's where the meme started.
I just watched.
Yes.
I watched today. That was where it
Then, then
hold on.
Now,
Go ahead, James. Let me pull a TikTok real quick.
Oh God!
Wait, James, I just realized something.
Let's roast this guy. Look at this Oscar the Grouch having ass, old wrinkly ass, Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, forever together, whatever, having ass. Looking guy, coming out of the. He doesn't even know where the fuck he is. Probably he's like, "Where's my $3,000 whore looking ass?" Fucking
yo. I mean, like, as you can see, he doesn't give a fuck about what's being put on his name. Like,
Here's the thing about Vince. Here's the thing about Vince.
Well, here I'm just gonna let these guys talk it out because I don't watch Raw and SmackDown. So, but
I gotta get my 2 cents on that. Y'all go ahead and finish it out.
James, I got a question. If you were to join in on the meme with that Vince photo, can I take a wild guess what it involves? What it involved if you did it?
What? What? As far as a meme?
Yeah. Let me take a wild guess what you, James, would probably make with it.
Go ahead. Just take a wild.
Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, probably. Actually, no. You know what? You know what? There is a thumbnail. I made him into Heihachi Mishima. Actually.
Yeah.
I literally just put the face of Vince. I put the face of Vince on Heihachi Mishima from Tekken. That's literally what Vince is.
Yeah.
Vince is just a real life Heihachi Mishima.
Prime against video games.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, it is true. I mean,
the backstory is literally the same. It's just IRL.
I knew I was a fan of Mortal Kombat for a reason.
In that same episode of SmackDown, there was something else that came out. I have the evidence.
Of what?
What?
Vince is after me. Police are coming. What's up?
I get it. Let me see. You see it?
We got money in the bank.
I see it.
Yep.
Yeah, now look at that. Look, Sasha Crew for life with all that going on. Let me show you this.
I thought that said Sasha. Look. I thought that says Sasha KAEW for life. I was like,
it was.
It didn't look like her.
Sasha Crew. It was Sasha Crew for life, and they
look what they did. They digitally edited it out.
Wow!
Oh my God!
We will be paid till the end.
So they're basically doing a Chris Benoit right now, pretty much.
Well, I mean, they do that with everybody that.
No, because my whole thing
do you think they spent on that? How much money do you think they spent to be like, okay,
hold on. In the interest of fairness, Benoit was a whole different situation. That's not like a great comparison.
Like they are
let's slow way down.
I'll say you're going off way off.
I'm comparing this to the Benoit situation. I'm not comparing it to that, but let's be real.
Yeah, they are racing.
Oh my God, this is so blatantly petty. Even my mom was
I just feel like they're dragging it. They're being petty. Like, I feel like they are so mad that Sasha put her foot down to the point where she just don't care no more, and she's not kissing Vince McMahon's ass anymore. That they want to like take everything from her, like her merch down, blank out her name, take her out the intro screen. Like, and the funny shit about it is, they were so mad Sasha out here partying. Like, it's nothing. Like, she
like, she really is.
You want to know what came out about Sasha, what they said about Sasha, what they thought about her? They literally think this.
Am I about to hear some her? Oh man, that's
I think they
right before you said that, Eric. I literally just said to myself in my head, am I about to hear some racist shit? And then you said we can clone her. Wow.
We can make a one that's obedient to us.
Wow. They can't really clone somebody that had did what she had to do. Nobody can do what Sasha did. Like no.
No.
Sasha was like,
I don't think even China or Japan have developed the technology to clone a human being yet.
don't give my
Oh,
DS.
well, I'll tell you what we do have. I'll tell you what we do have. I tell you what we do have.
What?
Psychopath.
Well, besides that,
Go.
there was evidence found that Sasha followed Tony Khan on Instagram.
Well, I mean, I'm not
here recently. Here recently.
That's what I'm hearing.
By the way,
I mean, hey, I'm fine with it.
And seeing are two different things. James, you and I talked about this in open mic night last week on the Jeff Meacham Network. We have to truly wait and see till Mercedes herself speaks.
And for the record, speaking of which, JJ from Open Mic Night says in the comments, I think Noah needs a Mountain Dew for this bullshit, waiting for Noah to do the walk-off.
I'm close, I'm still here.
Okay, I have an idea. Everybody, King, say something outrageous so that Noah can walk off the room, so we can give the people what they want.
No. Let Eric do it. He's the bearer of bad news.
I got
Let him do it.
I got it.
Oh, don't you know? No.
Toro, Yano.
Look.
No, I got it. I got something worse.
Not happening.
Let me talk to you. I've already said my rants about that. Yeah, just with Eli Drake. Yeah.
Shit,
so
I thought it would work.
You can't make me go angry because I already let it all out in a nice 1 minute.
I got it, guys. I got it.
King, go, or King.
No, I'm gonna let Eric go. I'm gonna let Eric go. Eric go.
Bunny Yano.
Bunny what?
Bunny Yano.
Wait, what?
Bunny Yano
takes on Yano's last name as the wife.
Bunny Yano, Allie, the bunny, and Toro Yano. Bunny Yano.
Noah just has a blanket expression on his face. Like he's really got
No, you guys. The whole idea was to get him to walk off and then come back, so that JJ can be happy.
God.
What you just did was make this man try to hold back from destroying his entire room. Why have you done this?
Because I'm psychotic.
You should read it.
Because he's the bearer of bad news. James, you know this. Mikey, you're new to this. You expect this happening. So
this is.
I'm just looking at Noah's face like he really.
That's the new meme. That's the new meme. Someone get a snapshot. If you're watching us on YouTube, get a screenshot with Noah's face. You can make that into a meme right now.
Let's be real. I could make this a lot worse if I wanted to.
When you go to the restaurant,
Jace, open up your Photoshop app and get Yano and the bunny together.
Okay, so his face is gonna be a meme. Like when you go to the restaurant and you order your favorite drink and they don't got it. That's the face he makes.
Yeah,
that's the face he
that's
makes.
true. Hey, no, all right, no. This is what you do. Just calmly walk out the room, and then they'll stop. I literally wasn't trying to have this continue that long. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm in your shoes, I'm like calmly placing everything down, opening the door, shutting the light off, and like walking out. You get what I'm saying?
And then we'll hear him scream.
Yeah, no, that's what will make it fucking hilarious.
Damn.
Hi Noah's channel, by the way.
Damn.
Welcome to a Simple Man Studios, where we are not so simple and he tries to be, and then we kind of break him.
You know what I want to do? I want to do a YouTube video with the bunny and taste out Oreos. That's what I want to do.
Wait,
I love Oreos. I want to do one with her.
Yes, the bunny has her own vlog.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I like Oreos. That's fine.
I like Oreos too. I'm just an alley boy.
There he is! Wait, turn off the camera. No, we have to see you walk off. We have to see you. That's the gimmick. The gimmick is to see you walk off.
I'm just new here. I got no. I got
JJ, don't say I never did nothing for you.
I have no parts. I'm new here.
God damn it! I just wish we could see him do the thing.
I know. We wish could have seen that. That would have been great.
I mean,
anyways, as Noah is self-destructing himself, I will say this. Remember Jimmy the Usos' brother on NXT?
Solo Sequoia.
Yeah, I got an update on that. He revealed something pretty astonishing that made me be like, respect.
Was it basically they when he first came they was gonna play him with the Usos, but then he declined it, so he
joined the bloodline, be promoted main roster right away, and he probably could have been IC US champion merged, but he was like, nope, I want to start off from scratch. I want to be in NXT 2.0.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, and I was like, that's good on him, because I wouldn't want to just go on the main roster when I first get there and be with my family it basically make it seem like I didn't do anything. I'm just getting handed something off my family's name.
I do appreciate that.
Yep, I respect that wholeheartedly, 100%.
I respect it.
You know who probably doesn't? Vince, and he'll probably bury him within 2 years. I'm sorry, did I hit a nerve? Oh man! Oh man!
Really, I'm afraid he can't because well, if you mess with him, then you mess with the Usos, and if you mess with the Usos, you mess with Roman.
You can't say that, because Nia was their cousin, and he fucked with Nia.
Well, Roman probably had enough of Nia because Nia
is married into the family, and he fucked over Naomi. So it's like you can't really say oh just because.
By the way, did you hear what Jimmy Uso did?
What?
Oh no!
What he did?
I got it. Another DUI.
Nope.
Damn.
No. He decided to go on Instagram, post a story feed update where he is praising Vince. You know, the guy who's trying to ruin his wife's life.
What?
Oh, now you gotta speak.
Oh my god!
Now you gotta speak on the couch.
I hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him.
Now you gotta sleep on the couch. Good night.
Yeah.
Sleep on the couch the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, unless Naomi got hired back and that's why he did it, and then we find out in like a week.
To be honest, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I feel like Naomi could be anywhere in another wrestling promotion. I feel like she could do better anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Sasha don't even. I feel like Sasha's over this wrestling shit. I feel like she should just go Hollywood and just call it a day. Like,
you know what? I would say that. I would say that too. But Punk might have coaxed her coming in if not.
But I mean, if she wanted to still do wrestling, I'm here for it. But like, I'd rather her go Hollywood.
Yeah, that's true. Although right now, considering how the women's division needs a better overall structure, Sasha might be the one to do it. Just saying, they kind of could use any good mind they can get at this point.
Wait, that means if she comes to AEW, that means they could visit the whole Kiara Hogan and Sasha situation.
Yes.
Oh God!
Wait, guys, he unmuted.
Still a huge what if. You better never fucking put those two in the same damn breath again. I swear to God, I will walk you out of
Jesus.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, like they can revisit that. Well, they could visit that.
You want to know what I honestly was expecting when Noah turned the camera back on?
A knife in my hand covered in blood.
Yeah, and you say, my apologies, however, for the neighbor's cat. You see, after the unbearable hatred I felt, I just had to put something stabby.
Wait, why do you get... Hold on. Eric, I know you're the chaotic one of this group, but we gotta have a serious talk. Why are you envisioning that Noah just goes and barehandedly kills cats with his hand?
I have a very specific reason. The Nostalgia Critic did that when he returned to the internet.
He's not the Nostalgia Critic.
I know, but I still wanted to use that quote.
Oh, fair. Okay, it was a reference.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that flew over my head.
Yes.
Just like a bird that a cat probably snatched. Anyway,
Not a bird.
Hi, Noah. Your thoughts on Vinny Roo? I already gave my
Yeah,
thoughts on
thoughts.
open mic.
Wait, I kind of gave mine, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. Who wants to go first? Noah, it's your show. Decide.
Yeah.
This is not my show. This is not a Tartarian empire with misogynistic second hand, okay?
Even though sometimes you wish it was. Because, goddamn.
No, because I actually respect women. I respect professional wrestling. That's what makes me different from Vince
Right.
McMahon and Titus.
Right.
Right.
I'm just saying because, a lot of chaos right now.
Fan pro wrestling, it all goes the
They got more news for chaos reasons.
Vince is delusional. Vince is a fool who has been out of touch for the last 20 years, and he has done everything possible that goes against any sort of good common sense and the Constitution, it seems, in favor of his own maniacal ways. And now it might finally catch up to him, where a domino effect can literally collapse his company from the inside out, slowly deteriorating it. But we'll see what happens now that Stephanie McMahon is in the chairman position that Vince used to be, and Triple H is now with Nickelodeon 1993 NXT. So we'll see what happens. But as far as this goes,
you know what will happen.
If Vince is still the head of creative, I still see business as usual.
Yeah.
I honestly think, for me, I found out Vince was a weirdo when he did the Kiss My Ass Club. That's when I was like, yeah.
That was the first flag, to say the least.
Yeah.
That was my first red flag. I was like, yeah, you're weird.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
This dude's kind of tapped.
So, Kiss My Ass Club, and you really got your bare ass on TV having people pucker their lips and kiss your ass? Bugging.
It is better than the other way around. Just in fairness, I mean,
two things.
Nobody wants to see that.
But I'm just saying, that's not weird to you.
Let's not go there because that was then. This is now.
Yeah, he's basically being told not to do that ever again because of PG rating investors. So yeah.
But Eric, you say you had another injury name? Who is it?
Jim Smith of NXT UK.
Yep, we already.
He already said that.
Yeah, he lost the tag titles with it.
I'm not saying, didn't Di Familia win them? I think, or I saw I read something like that.
Oh, I know the team who won.
Oh well.
NXT USA.
The Country Boys. Briggs and Jensen.
Yeah, apparently it was. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. I know what it was. It was
Briggs and Jensen.
Yeah, Dribble Threat with Di Familia and Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff. Couldn't be the names. Because it's like strange bedfellows just form a team together without continuity. Just throw a bunch of things into a mixer and see what you get out of it.
Man,
but
NXT
anyway.
NXT UK don't sound so good.
The tag division, not so much. Women's division,
She
still
say
strong.
lost Mustache Mountain.
Well.
Oh, Mustache Mountain. Oh my. Oh, and by the way, since we're on this NXT and former NXT UK in his own right, doesn't Jordan Devlin have a new name now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they gave him a new name. You want to know the name, James? Since you clearly didn't know.
Oh no.
J.D. McDonough, I think.
Oh.
I mean, he had to leave NXT UK, so I mean.
I know, but they had to give him a whole name.
Of course, they had to go with the freaking name that had Mick in it.
J.D. McDonough.
I guess we can't. I guess I can't really talk though, because I do have a wrestler character in my CAW show called Luco Lucky. So
hey guys, I will say this until this happens, until eventually Vince is retired or thrown out of power or in prison. Okay, Drew Galloway. He had the most infamous story he revealed publicly.
Oh boy. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
When he signed to WWE the first time when he was still calling himself Drew Galloway, he was working in developmental for a while. Was Drew Galloway?
Yes.
Yeah. And when he was going for a trial run, they were like, "What's your name?" "My name's Drew Galloway." Did we not know his name for 6 months? ... And then Michael P.S. Hayes came to him and was like, okay, we got to change your name, even though we probably should have done that when we signed you. But, we didn't really look at anyone we signed because we're idiots. Do you want to be called Drew McDonald?
Drew McDonald?
Drew McDonald?
What?
McDonald's Irish.
And
then Drew said, okay, how about no?
I'm trying to...
Call me Drew McIntyre. Let's go with that. Let's not go with fast food joints.
I'm trying to think. What would a McDonald's...
McDonald's.
I'm trying to think. What would a McDonald's in Ireland sell besides a Shamrock Shake and a thing of haggis?
Damn.
What would his finisher name be? The Big Mac Slam?
They're fine. No, you're good. This Danhausen's cursing the industry with injuries.
Oh Lord, Danhausen cursing James again. Oh boy.
No, you're not.
We can hear your audio. We can hear you on audio.
But your videos now.
King, your thoughts on Vince? Go.
Let's see. The past two promos from what I've gathered. Why is Vince McMahon all of a sudden feeling...
That's a freaking money mark, just getting 15 seconds of fame. That's more than 15 minutes.
But here's my thing. But Noah, here's my thing. Why is he giving off them, last week of school vibes? Just taking it all in. Cut the
for Pete's sake, are you kidding me? The only publicity is public publicity that matters in WWE. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, indifferent, sexual. It doesn't matter. If he draws eyes to his company, that's damn business. Because all Vince cares about is damn business.
All right,
here's the thing. Vince got what he wanted. He got CNN on his case now.
But we do know that Vince McMahon is. We do know that Vince McMahon is still a 76-year-old delusional, gray-headed old piece of what, and the fact that he still wants to make business be about him. Always will be about the money, never about creative. I mean, look at Bruce Pritchard, for example. Look at.
And now he's in the John Laurinaitis position.
No more people power.
My thoughts on Vince is still the same. He's a weirdo. He really doesn't give a fuck. And all of this is just a joke to him at this point. And it's like, are y'all surprised? Because I'm not.
Here's the thing that will surprise me. Why on earth would Lita go back after what she revealed about what happened in 2006?
That's my thing. And yet she was open to a storyline with Britt Baker and All Out, but yet she decided to go back to the WWE. Because why?
Because I think she wants to face Becky Lynch. I don't know. I think
she wanted to try and push the women's division forward, and unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears.
I would have had Amy Dumas take on Britt, then Amy Dumas taking on Becky. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, WWE's not one to work with, professional wrestling.
WWE doesn't like people.
And now Lita decides to come out with more details about what happened all those years ago recently, right after Vince's story came out.
Go ahead. Jesus.
She decides to go ahead and say, hey, Vince also wanted me to be completely naked for the celebration.
Wait, the celebration that was in the ring with Edge?
Yep. Yeah, that one.
He wanted her to strip naked or be fired. Even when Edge said no, when Cena said that was a terrible idea, and Edge and Lita were broken up at that time. So basically Vince wanted to see sex between an ex-couple.
Also, he wanted WWE to be porn.
Oh, they got kicked off the network in Canada for that.
Remember Brazzers after that. Remember Brazzers, that tweet after Seth Rollins and The Fiend. Remember that tweet, folks. Since you want to go down that route from Brazzers, yeah, we can make the best ending. I still remember that tweet.
Yeah.
Sad. This McMahon is just an old person.
And by the way, that's like I will say when I saw that tweet, and I think that there was like half an irony there. Brazzers, that's like the pot calling the kettle black, dude. Come on.
Brother.
Yeah, come on. You heard the
Why do I feel like this ATW View went into a worse direction than Control Your Narrative?
Please. Control Your Narrative is really
Speaking of that, has anybody heard of that promotion as of late? I have heard nothing.
No,
I've heard
nothing.
I've heard nothing either.
Oh my God!
How's that going for you,
I'm quiet over there. I think they realize we need to stop blowing stuff up and setting things on
How's
fire.
that going for you, EC3 and Adam Shear? How's that going for you?
I think
Adam Shear is already done with it. Adam Shear is already done with it.
I still think it's cringe. I still don't give a fuck about it, and that's just that.
Is it even still running shows?
The pain trying to host.
They had a show on July 30th and July 31st. And
they must have not been promoting it heavily like they used to because, man, I haven't heard nothing.
Oh, God, I just found out what they're doing in July.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
CYN on July 30th will compete in the initiative against the team of Future Stars Pro Wrestling. They're having crossover promotions. And they're even going to have another event called Awakening the next day where they will play AML Wrestling. AMLW.
AML? Okay. What the hell? What?
Awakening. That.
What?
Wait. What kind of name is that? What kind of name is that? That's right up there with GCW and the worst pay-per-view names of the past year.
Oh yeah,
they're losing me.
What are you talking about, man? I love GCW and how they misspell world.
Yeah, this is the show they're doing.
WRLD.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite WrestleMania.
I remember that, but I was watching that too. Oh my God.
All right, well that's a thing.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. Oh, and they kept promoting that Titan flu.
Titan
off
flu?
The ring ropes.
Off the ring ropes. Okay.
They're off.
All right.
They're off their fucking ropes. All right.
We have inside the ropes, outside the ropes, then we have off the ropes.
What's next? Do the ropes?
Do the ropes.
No, that's how you get rug burn on your no square. Don't do that.
Oh no, James, there's a move called that already by Mako Nakazawa. It's called the hentai slide. He did it with Johnny Sweets on AEW Dark.
Oh my God.
Excalibur and Taz couldn't freaking commentate on that match for the life of them, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Okay, speaking of AEW, I can't believe we're segueing that into AEW.
Yeah, that was an interesting
segue. This became a forbidden door,
to be fair, if DDT Pro was involved in this, Kota Ibushi once wrestled a blow-up doll, so I mean, you know, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
Sky's the limit.
Just saying. But yeah, God.
I see you there, Mikey.
After this epic car wreck of a WWE illogical, tiring conversation that puts a Gilbert Godfrey roast to shame, R.I.P.
Wait, I need to make Mikey's eyes bleed for a sec.
Wait,
no.
Oh God.
Mikey's new.
Keep in mind, we are live. We are
live.
Oh, Jesus. What is that?
What?
That's EC3.
Jinder Mahal?
EC3.
Jinder Mahal?
No.
What?
The modern day failure, Raja?
Oh, shit.
Why does he look like that?
Bro.
What in the world is he? What?
Take that off the screen. I'm about to go off because that's disgusting.
Hold on. Guys. Man on the roids. Man on the roids.
EC3 been cringe to me because when I was on Instagram or whatever, like he was promoting CYN, and then I don't know, he turned into Control Your Nutrients and like he just farted, and I was just like, what?
No, he didn't.
I was just like, what? Excuse me? Like, excuse me?
Really? Did he really
and I'm just excuse me?
Did he really take supplements and fart on camera?
Like,
Is that what you're telling me?
No, like
What?
the real was at he was standing there at his table, whatever the case may be. He had like supplements, food, and shit like that. And then he started and was like, control your nutrients. I said, what?
Oh my God.
Guys, control your watch habits.
And I was just like,
Look at Noah.
I was just like, huh? Like, I'm like, in my mind, did he really start on camera?
Noah is gone.
You know what we did? We did like one of the we did like one of them tracks that go.
Like, I was just like so like confused, and I was just like, okay, like, all right.
Let's be real. Control your narrative. Ever since that happened, ever since they did a promotion, has become the wait. Is this a crime for against humanity at this point?
Yes. Right.
The next week on Control Your Narrative, EC3 versus Adam Shear in a game of Cards Against Humanity. Who will win and who will stick it to the system?
Oh, by the way, guess what they tried to pull?
Saturday at the Kids Toy Park down Central Route 18.
We lost it. Okay. Also, did you also hear what Control Your Narrative also did? They did a Taco Bell ad.
They did a Taco Bell ad.
Oh shit! What that look
like?
No.
I would show the video. However, I fear that Control.
That's where Control Your Nutrients came from. It was after a meal at Taco Bell. It all makes sense.
Probably.
It all ties back in.
I think we killed Noah.
Yep. As John Cena mocked Booker T back in 2004, I got chicken number 2 in the tail end.
Well, apparently EC3 had to take a number 2 after a Taco Bell run. Anyway, can we get the Forbidden Door
time?
already?
Noah,
guess what I found out?
Fuck!
Oh no, crap.
All right, last one.
Prepare for more mental scarring.
No more.
Oh great.
No.
Oh great.
No
Lovely.
more. I don't want a mental scar.
Me neither.
Beef King.
What the hell? Beef King?
By the Titan.
Beef King.
Beef King, what?
Who is Beef King?
Yo, this is hilarious.
Oh,
you know what? You know what? This is compared to what we saw earlier. This ain't even that bad.
Okay. Also, they're selling a hoodie for $35.
Wait, is it like he's running a thing called Beef King?
No, it's part of that whole Dudes Gourmet thing they have a deal with. They even are selling a hoodie, see?
Oh, that's
cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Actually.
Yeah,
cool.
but look at these images of how they're presenting the food, like all crazy like. Even EC3 setting the beef on fire.
Why are you why are you trying to I mean, I've heard of the term flame broil your beef, but that's not how you do it.
Throw your
you don't
beef.
Just take a damn blowtorch. You don't take a damn blowtorch and just be like, woo!
How are we supposed to control our beef, control our fish, control our chicken, and control our veggies?
Control. Also, this is the thing. They have all this control your insert food name here, and then you say Tasman Wacom sea salt, pepperberry sea salt, and Murray River salt flakes.
What the fuck?
What?
That's what? Okay.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't say control your sea salt, control your pepperberry sea salt, control your salt flakes.
Tasman Wakaname sea salt. What?
Wait, hold on. I thought that Control Your Narrative was against product placement. What do you call this?
You do realize that's a lie, right?
Oh, is it? Okay, let's move on to Forbidden Door now.
Forbidden Door time.
Forbidden Door.
It's time.
Oh, and also I will say this.
Damn it.
EC3 kind of also did a promotional deal. They did something wrong with it.
Okay.
They use numbers that are associated with the Nazis.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. It's EC3.
Oh,
He's lost.
And remember that rant room that you lost your mind over, James?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Someone actually paid for that.
I did hear about that, but we don't.
Yeah, and did you hear what they said?
It was bad.
Oh, they went to Austin Aries.
Yeah, Aries.
And they complimented him. They complimented him, saying, "I just don't like what you say." So it's not even a rant room; it's an echo chamber manifest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Forbidden Door time. Forbidden Door time.
Can we go to Forbidden Door yet?
Hello.
If there's anything else I can drive you all mad with,
Can you wait until after Forbidden Door? We still have fucking
please.
Let's see. Sadly, I do not have anything that's nuclear.
Yay! Forbidden Door time. Noah, it's okay. Are you awake? It's time for Forbidden Door.
Another meme. Look at Noah. That's another meme.
Noah Cassidy, are you there?
Noah Cassidy's entered the chat. Anyway, Noah, we're good. Forbidden Door time. I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want me to just wait and do you want me to just get to you first and then we could go around the block of predictions?
Noah Cassidy?
I think we just broke him.
I think he's Noah Cassidy. Noah, are you there?
Noah. Earth to Noah.
He got that face on like, I know you fucking lying.
Noah
Cassidy.
It's Forbidden Door.
I blame
Forbidden Door.
It's Forbidden
Door.
Forbidden Door. We're here. We need you to predict.
It's forbidden. We're here to break it open.
We're here now.
Door of the Forbidden Variety is here, and we need you to do the prediction of variety. What the fuck did I just say?
I don't know.
There we go. I needed to say when Noah's broken, break him some more by saying something really dumb and make him laugh. There you go. It all works. Okay, go ahead.
There's you fucking idiot.
Yeah. That is my
name.
That's my name.
Well then, I just had a nice tea fiesta. Right. Now then.
That's something that could have woken him up, but I decided not to.
Yeah, you can hold off until
after we're done.
I probably won't be here for the prediction because I probably won't be here for the remainder of the show because I don't really know what to do with the prediction stuff since everything got thrown out of whack with the injuries. But I will say this. Corbin revealed he might have thought police were called when he threw Mary Mysterio off the building a few years back.
That actually doesn't shock me.
No, that don't shock me either. If I can throw a guy off a skyscraper, that's definitely going to yield some questions. But
okay, so I think I'll leave you guys to the predictions. I gotta get going, and I'm just hoping for a good show after all this disasters.
Yes.
Also, I am surprised, and I'll give AEW credit. They didn't go the easy way out with Yano, Frizzler, and Cassidy. I'll give them credit for that.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And
but I really thought they would do Yano.
And this is where Eric Lee's on his own terms now. Now that he did the deed.
Yeah. I humbly accept my nomination for evilness.
Okay. Goodbye, Eric.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not letting you like this. I'll say this.
No,
Mr. and Mrs. Yano Bunny the Third.
No! Come on, we just got him back, you asshole.
So he left.
No, Noah, let him go, man. Let him go. Hold him back, guys. Hold him back. No, let it go. Let it go. It's not worth it.
No, let it go. Wait, Forbidden Door.
It's okay. I will only. You know what, Noah? I will allow you to rage on Eric as he's off right now, only if you do it in the Gilbert Godfrey impression. Because we have still not heard that on the air yet.
We have not.
Really? Yeah, we have not.
Really?
I don't think we've ever done that.
We have not heard it on the air. Yeah. You said the name. You said the name earlier in the air tonight, but you did not do the impression.
From a Latin, freaking Hollywood Squares. I don't know if I can do that because it's one of those things where it's like
you got to be.
Gilbert Godfrey had a certain and I don't mock him because of course he was having issues, of course, mentally and physically, but it's just the way his delivery was that always carried him as a comedian, especially when he talked about freaking special hole on the woman from the brothel that Trump found. But anyway, oh my God! For anybody that actually watched this car wreck of actually called a podcast, this is the reason why it's impromptu. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
That being said, I will now try and establish decorum and some sort of sanity as we look at what is now known as the Forbidden Door. We got 10 cards. Fuck me.
11.
10 matches.
10 cards, yeah, 10 cards.
Let the record show. Let the record show. I don't drink. Tonight literally might have been my breaking point.
10 cards.
Cards.
10 cards.
Okay, we're done, folks. Thank you for tuning in to today's WWF Podcast. Good night, everybody. Cut it off. Cut the damn feed off. Cut the damn feed off. God.
Card.
Dude.
Damn it.
It's okay. It's okay. We can get through it. We can get through it.
We can get through this.
Okay, too bad.
You know what? Whatever. It's a rerun. It's a redo.
Let's try that. Let's try that one more time. As James Darnold.
I need Jeff's technical difficulty screen standby. I need that more than ever now.
Please stand by.
And 100% proof Mountain Dew moonshine from my colleague in Michigan. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Take 2.
Okay.
Action.
So, the Forbidden Door is this Sunday. We have 10 matches as of right now, with apparently one, rumor has it, to be given to us on Rampage to fill out a card of 11. And despite the fact that we had a bit of, maybe suspension of disbelief when it comes to expectations, I look at this and I think that this show is definitely going to be something special. We haven't seen something like this since All In, that of course became what AEW is trying to be. Something that brings everybody in. So here we are, the Forbidden Door. New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW meet under one roof. Hopefully next year you actually can get more promotions involved, like Stardom, DD Pro, and Impact Wrestling, just to name a few. But I digress. So, the first match... Oh, fuck it. This whole night's been weird. Why not start weird already? We got the Scissors Club and Matt's Cast. I'm, of course, talking about Billy Gunn and the Ass Boys. They take on the New Japan Dojos. DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, there you go, James, and Yuya Mera. James, you read about Alex Coughlin, how he should be involved in the four-way for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship match. So talk about why you think he shouldn't be in this and who you got winning in this 8-man tag.
I'll give you one reason. Anybody see his match on DPW Fire, Alex Coughlin, with Calvin Tankman?
Calvin Tank, yes.
That shit fucking ruled, dude. All sorts of ass. That put him in the stratosphere of, this guy's fuck the dojo. This guy's ready now. Put him in the picture now. Do something with him now. He doesn't need no more training. Just put him in there, man. That guy's ready to go. I was floored by his performance then. And I feel like he'd be the perfect replacement for, I mean, God forbid, you can't really replace Tomohiro Ishii, but Alex Coughlin, that could have been a coming out party for him, man. I don't even, who is the other guy? Maybe it is for him too, but, But, anyway, Scissors Club wins. Sure.
All right, so James is going to cut it up with the Ass Boys. Mikey, are you going to do the same?
Yes.
Oh, Lord almighty. All right, well, before King probably tries and drop a mixtape like Matt's Caster, King, are we all in agreement here?
Oh, wait, hold on. At least they're not known as the Kiss My Ass Boys. Sorry, that's my one last one. Just
cut it out.
Now that time you set yourself up for that one.
Cut it out. Nice. Good one, Noah.
Cut it out. Answer me.
You set yourself up for that one. That was all on you.
So somebody's gonna scissor me. So.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah. We got
Keep
you.
in mind, I have to do it on the other side. It will look like I'm doing it on the other side.
I got to do it.
My God, what the hell happened here?
But
this is the craziest shit I've ever recorded in my life.
By the way, I know that it's Pride Month, but I must clarify: scissoring does not mean what you think it means. Okay. Anyway,
Jesus,
moving on.
James.
Next.
Well, before we get, you know what? Fuck it. It's not monetized. What the hell do I care anymore? But this is the craziest shit I've ever dealt with in my life.
This is
Anyway.
the ATW crew. We do. We don't care what anybody has to say.
You all went to the freaking Power Level 9000 tonight with the madness you brought for it. By the way, TikTok, worst thing in this generation, but I digress. Anyway, moving on into the actual show. Oh, my God in heaven. Well, we got Jews with Attitudes that being called. Eat Your Heart Out, Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels. Sting and Darby Allin tag with Hiromu Takahashi and Shingo Takagi taking on Bullet Club. Combination of the Young Bucks, ELP, and the Young Gun, Hikuleo. Kind of surprised me that Tama Tonga is involved in here, but there's already enough stuff going on in AEW, as he tweeted out. Two things I think about here. If this is truly about Bullet Club and Undisputed Elite, I feel they need to win, but Sting has not lost yet on pay-per-view. So is this more about Bullet Club or the nostalgic pop for Sting, considering you know Red Dragon is not going to be involved since both men are injured too? King, I will start with you, Mr. Bullet Club. Is it going to be too sweet? Or are you going to be a little bit upset if the Dudes with Attitudes come out with a win?
For one night only, the Young Bucks are going back to being Bullet Club, one of the OG, well, the second part of the OGs, I should say. The lineup that basically, I call it a sports death lineup. I guess I gotta dust off the Bullet Club Statue of Liberty shirt once again. Bullet Club takes the win. Easy said and done.
Well, again, when it's the Young Bucks, that's one thing. But when it's ELP and Hikuleo, especially Hikuleo, that's another thing. ELP and Hikuleo heavily involved in ATW Strong. I also think about ELP and Hiromu. They might renew hostilities. But Shingo Takagi wanted to be a part of Forbidden Door for a reason. I just can't see particularly that guy, especially former deals with Ring of Honor, losing here. But that's just my opinion. Mikey, your thoughts on this? Are you with Bullet Club as well?
You see?
Yeah.
I decree a time limit draw. No, I'm kidding.
In other words, this match will be one fall, 30-minute time limit, probably.
Yes, probably. I'm gonna stick with the Bullet Club because Sting hasn't lost on pay-per-view until when he fights the Bullet Club. Guess what? He's losing. It's the Bullet Club, unless somehow they do a thingy where they get like the big man down and they do like, you know, Stinger splash into coffin drop into fucking crazy, you know, chaos team move.
I don't even know. Does that coffin drop?
I just see pumping bomber to ELP getting flipped 720 degrees, but I digress.
True.
All right.
Because he's a headbanger.
Well, he is that. And so am I to a degree, even though I don't have any neon right now around me. Anyway, all right, well, we'll see what happens there as we continue to wonder, is everything fine within the Bullet Club and the Undisputed Elite? We'll especially talk about later. And again, folks, Forbidden Door is only available on pay-per-view, Bleacher Report app right here in the States for $50. Internationally, though, you can get it in Germany. You can get it on the Fight TV app if you're in the UK. I think they also have it in Canada. And, of course, if you are not from the States and a subscriber on NGPW World, you can also buy it for there, too. All right. Yeah, it's all over the place. International. We get international flavor here.
Yeah,
we got Kevin Kelly.
If you're in Japan, I believe there's a deal where you can watch AEW strictly from New Japan World, so you get to watch
That's correct.
Yep.
In Japanese or English.
Yes, that's a big deal for AEW.
Yeah, when they announced that they had that, I was like, okay, this is special. That being said, I think this might be a little special right here, as we got Trios Affair.
I'm also special. Special needs. Sorry,
well, I respect that. My best friend's autistic, so again and again,
yeah.
mental health is not
my
a
little
stigma.
brother is too, so yeah.
Mental health is not a stigma. Wow, this is the most realistic. This is the most real
It's
talk we've
not.
had. This is the most real talk we had all night on this podcast without profanity. Respect. That being said, let's talk about the man that brings real talk going up against the Wizard. As Chris Jericho tags alongside Minoru Suzuki and Sammy Guevara against Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, and the Ring of Honor Pure Champion representing Blackpool Combat Club with a Yuta. And clearly we know what this match is a prelude to. Blood and Guts, which is next week, Wednesday. As far as I'm concerned, all the momentum right now between this feud at heart with Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho, it favors the Jericho Appreciation Society, the standard of excellence in sports entertainment. But that being said, you got a sports entertainer with professional wrestler, one of the most sadistic, violent men on the planet. Punch that comedy slice out. And you got Shota Umino, shooter, back here. What, did I say out loud? And Eddie Kingston, he's the guy that will fight on the world, even if he has nobody else in his corner. He doesn't give a damn about the numbers. And we saw all 6 of these men and more parties involved brawl out like crazy at the end of AEW Dynamite as the world stood still with the 2 that were inside the ring. I think about here, though, when Shota Umino, this is giving me Young Lion vibes. I feel the JAS are going to kind of pull out the win, only for Kingston and crew to get the ultimate revenge and redemption at Blood and Guts, in my opinion. Just to end this story arc, I think JAS rolls into Blood and Guts with all the momentum still. I got the Jericho Appreciation Society winning. Mikey, your thoughts in this match?
Let me see. I want to be biased because, I love Eddie. He's from New York City. So I'm already biased with that.
All right.
I'm going to go with Jericho and Minoru Suzuki and Sammy. Because, Jericho just be cheating, you heard. So I'm just going with Jericho.
And he'll just shoot a fireball in someone's face. Why? Because he's a wizard. Well, James.
I'm tired of him in his wizard shit.
Hey,
well, I don't know what house James would belong to if he was on Harry
Potter.
Go.
If you want to be a wizard, go to Wizard or Waverly Place. If you feel like you a wizard.
Dude, wow. Damn. What a callback. And the fact that show no longer exists, Selena Gomez right now is just doing her own thing.
Bro,
but, okay.
I'm taking
This is not brought to you by Disney, by the way, folks.
Bro, I'm taken back by the roast, and I feel old. Shit.
Me too. My goodness.
I'm 30 years old. You all shut up.
I mean, yeah.
I'm about to turn
this shit.
Anyway,
oh, God.
James, your pick on this match. Good Lord Almighty.
Who are the other people in the team?
Again, it's Chris Jericho, Minoru against Sammy Guevara taking on Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. Please don't
I'm gonna go with Jericho Appreciation Society. Same logic as I had for their Anarchy in the Arena match. It's they lose here, and they'll win at Blood and Guts.
Yeah, Blood and Guts be the end game where the professional wrestlers and the fighters win over the sports entertainers in the end. That being said, first time we're going to see Sammy Guevara and Minoru Suzuki on the same side. It kind of would make me laugh. Minoru Suzuki just turns his back on these two, and then somehow that just gives Kingston the win.
That's...
Is that what you're thinking, and are you...
That's what I'm thinking. The Jericho Appreciation Society are going to get the win here, but I feel like this is going to be set up for a Jericho and Suzuki match down the line as well.
Good Lord, he's going to die.
Everybody dies.
That's
all right, Archer.
He's Suzuki.
Not involved here.
Yeah.
He's not out of line and he's not wrong. Okay, so
Nope.
it's good.
Hey,
it's all good there.
Dude, I will lose my mind if there is a match between Jericho and Minoru.
Suzuki.
And Minoru goes and looks at Jericho dead in the eyes and he says, "Why would Shinderu?" I'll be like, yeah, that's one of the nice Fist of the North Star callback. Okay.
Just call him a fucking young boy and get the ultimate pop. And see what Jericho thinks about that when he started off in New Japan Pro Wrestling, for those that don't know. Anyway, all right. So we're all with the Jericho Appreciation Society. Because that's entertainment. Something tells me someone's going to get knocked up with Minoru Suzuki, and that's all I need to say.
You're not doing it right. That's entertainment.
To be fair, it's not Matt Menard that says it, it's Chris Jericho. Matt Menard says, "You want a taste? We'll give you a taste!" Okay, that's what he does.
Taste.
Well, you're not eating Skittles, so you're not tasting the rainbow. Anyway, moving on from there. Good Lord Almighty.
It's funny because it's Pride Month.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's why I started laughing.
All are welcome in AEW, right?
Exactly.
That's their slogan.
Yeah,
That's
that is true. That is true.
Well, speaking of all are welcome as what the Forbidden Door brings, oi! We got Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Brian. Taking on
Yeah.
to be determined. Question mark. Exactly. As Brian Danielson did come out on Dynamite. We're not talking about Josephus. R.I.P. to the real question mark of NWA. Respect. Anyway, back to this. Submissions master, Zack Sabre Jr. Outrageous Deckers. Takes on, to be determined, by Brian Danielson, the American Dragon, who is not clear to compete, of course, at either Blood and Guts or the Forbidden Door.
Who is going to be, Excalibur confirmed it, who is going to be the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club?
Yes, because again, this person will not only face Zack Sabre Jr. at the Forbidden Door, they will also compete on behalf of Blackpool Combat Club, and probably a manager going forward, it seems, at Blood and Guts and beyond. Can you start this one off? Who's the mystery? And does Mystery win against Zack Sabre Jr., or will he top out?
The mystery opponent, before I get to who I think is going to win here, mystery opponent, remember when Brian Danielson said that a judgmental prick, would Eddie Kingston call him that, correct?
Correct.
Another issue he has with another superstar but yet they were former partners in the indie scene. I can only think of one person.
Who that could be?
Oh, I know who that is. Claudio.
Yeah, it's gotta be. There's no one else I can think of at this point. I think we're all in agreement. It's gotta be Claudio. I mean, Daniel Garcia, if he was to turn on JAS, that'd be the ultimate swerve, but nah, I just don't see that. It's gotta be Claudio.
But as far as winning it, if it is Claudio, this is going to be where I feel like it's going to be a toss-up because either one could take this match, really. But I'm going to go with, this is just my base pick until I have a final decision before Sunday. I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr.
All right. That kind of caught me off guard there. And yes, the form is live on my Twitter as I'm hosting a predictions exhibition. If one of the entire party does better than all the above, or if I see a tie, the first person to get everything perfectly right or gets the highest score, you get a $50 Pro Wrestling Tees gift card from me. That being said, Mikey, do you agree with both of those analysis? Is it going to be Claudio, and do you think Zack Sabre Jr. can get the better of him and prove that he is the absolute best technical wrestler in the world?
I agree with Claudio being the mystery opponent, but I do not agree that Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win. I say Claudio is going to win.
Yeah. Keep in mind, he lost all his powers when he no longer had the Rev Pro Championship. So
that is true. Yep, that is
You're
true.
Not wrong.
Forgot about that.
I disagree. I disagree. I believe the final person is going to be Johnny Blackpool.
Oh my God!
Had to go there. He had to go there.
Johnny Black.
I mean, we did have Johnny Hardy at Triple A. So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're out of line, but you're not wrong.
Fun fact about the whole Johnny thing: I called it Johnny and Lee. Nobody thought about him until I said so, and everybody came to my page and was like, "Oh." They thought I was some type of wizard. They're like, "You're a wizard? Like, do you
wizard?"
Like, I'm like,
Jericho's gonna be pissed.
Somebody asked me.
Gimmick infringement.
Somebody asked me, "Oh, can you tell me my future?" It was just a lucky guess. I can't tell you your future. I just guessed a lucky guess.
Until a train shows up outside your house and a white owl named Hedwig shows up with a scroll, you are not a wizard. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay?
I'm not a wizard.
Enough of the Harry Potter references. I know a person that reads those novels top to bottom, and I'm like, good grief almighty. That being said, moving on, we all believe Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be facing Claudio, and right now, 3 out of 4 believes that Zack Sabre Jr. necessarily will not tap out, because when was the last time Zack Sabre Jr. actually submitted to anybody? But he might get caught up in a victory roll because I've seen that done countless times before, including by Cold Skull Sonata. Regardless, this is going to be a technical clash for the ages, and I can't wait. Respect the discipline that goes into technical professional wrestling. And again, I could listen to Zack Sabre Jr. just say dickhead and mouth off to anybody all day. All right.
Yeah,
I constantly kept rewatching that 20-second clip of him just mouthing off to Bryan Danielson. I'm like, just keep letting Zack Sabre Jr. talk. Just keep letting him talk, please. Thank you. Okay.
By the way, I'm going with Zach. I'm not going with Claudio.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Because New Japan needs to get on the goddamn board of wins, man.
They do. They
lost
do.
3-0.
That's the reason why.
They're 3-0 up to this point. They gotta win something.
According to your picks, yeah, that's true. So there might be some context in what you're saying, but then again, this is a Survivor Series. When was the last time Survivor Series was relevant?
Wait, no, the last match had New Japan and AEW on the same teams.
About to say, yeah, so you can't use that logic because literally, dude, this is the first
disregard what I
match
said. It's
about.
Claudio.
James' brain is broken, folks. Just let that record be known.
Forget my stupidness. Let it slide. Okay, next.
Next.
As far as I know, James Hebert is sober too on what is going to be the most ridiculous ATW View impromptu in the history of this podcast. But I digress.
I had Diet Dew and a Top Gun Maverick.
That's your problem. You're drinking Diet.
Top Maverick
You're wrong.
Gun. Top Maverick Gun Cup.
Good cup. Wrong soda. But I digress. Okay. Jesus Christ. Next up. AEW Women's World Championship. La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa defends the gold against former World of Stardom champion, multiple-time 5-star Grand Prix participant, former Wonder Stardom champion, former Mae Young Classic winner, all-time great in the professional wrestling industry, revived thanks to being now part of All Elite Wrestling. Toni Storm.
And
is it Tony time?
Champion, isn't she?
Yes, she was. She was an NXT UK Women's Champion. Respect to the black and red, the only brand that matters still to me to a little bit in the WWE, but I digress. That being said, we ask ourselves, is it Tony time and will she rock hard? James, I will start with you. Your thoughts on this match. Do we get a new champion?
No. But it's going to be a good match. Thunder Rosa retains.
All right. I feel like here, Thunder Rosa, she still has not fully been presented enough, nor has had a long enough reign, and there's more to these two than just this match. I think Thunder Rosa retains. Mikey, your thoughts on this? Thunder Rosa or Toni Storm, AEW Women's World Championship?
To be honest, I'm going to be a smart ass. Like, you don't even need to ask me who I really think was going to win because you know I'm Thunder Army for life. So I'm just going to go with Thunder Rosa every time.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, there's a reason why I saved this guy for last. As far as I know, he doesn't support the third-party thing, but maybe he does. I don't ask what he does in his personal time. That being said, King, your favorite athlete on the planet, female-wise anyways, is it her time? Does she rock hard? Does she turn heel? Do we get a new champion? Does La Mera Mera, who took the title off Dynamite DMD in a steel cage match, retain the gold?
You better say Thunder Rosa, or I'm cutting your head off.
First off, let me get this out the way because I feel like I haven't done it in a while. Since the Stand and Deliver, when we was watching Stand and Deliver. Toni Storm. Okay, I got that out the way.
And people talk about me. Anyway, continue.
As much as I like Toni and I like Thunder Rosa, I see Thunder retaining. But after this, you need to put Thunder Rosa on TV more.
Amen.
After Sunday.
Yes.
Amen. Or I'm going to go tell Tony, I'm going to knock on his door and tell him to put
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that
right
to boss
now.
man. Don't do that to boss man.
Or I'm going to take all your Coke and I'm going to throw it in the garbage.
He's not on Coke. He's on a Ritalin. We've been over this.
First off, there is no evidence that Tony Khan does any sort of cannabis or whatever the hell you call it. Secondly, you don't know which store to go to even get near Tony Khan.
Forbidden one.
That is just a word, not a physical object. And third,
So
the last thing we need is a Twitter war started of any sort with Tony Khan, because Twitter right now is the most dangerous thing on the planet in the wrestling industry. More dangerous than bacon. Dare I say it.
And when Tony gets on Twitter, you best better watch your surroundings, bar none.
Tony not gonna reply because I DM'd him on Instagram. He still ain't reply to me.
Well, I mean, in
Yeah, I wonder why.
he's probably got a lot of DMs. He's probably very busy. But I will say this, and this
I only asked him for one thing and one thing only, but he didn't listen to me. Oh well.
I do have this though that I must say, and this is all love. I get the feeling that Tony Khan is the type of person to snort Coca-Cola unironically.
Okay, well, the jury is out.
Moving on.
The jury is out on that.
Okay, Khan.
Again, like I said, I hope next time we do get Joshi Pro and Stardom involved. I was hoping to see the likes of maybe Starlight Kid, Mayu Itami, Sarai, Saya Kamatani, or even Kairi, the most familiar name to us here in the States. Or, you get someone like Ryo Misanami or Karashida or Riho involved in this game. I'm surprised none of those people are involved, but I digress.
Thekla? Don't forget about Thekla now.
Yes, absolutely. Thekla, the former SWA champion that Mayu Itami literally beat for that title. And I thought that title was going to be Mayu Itami's key into the Forbidden Door. Maybe something to come. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I was
saying.
about to say, is that a totally... Because I was doing my booking. Is that like a totally different promotions championship?
I think so, or it might be something that was established in Stardom, because it wasn't originally part of Stardom. I'll tell you that much. I'm not entirely sure.
It's confusing because it says she's an undisputed champ, but there's the Wanderer of Stardom and the World of Stardom champ. Who's the real champ here?
James, and shout out to Jargo. James, it comes down to this: in Stardom of Blood, the champion of the promotion is the bearer of the red belt. Period. That is Syria of God's Eye. Taking it off Utami last year.
Okay.
Utami, get well soon.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I gotta say about that. All right. Well, moving on from there, now we're going to get into some real crazy stuff. IWGP and Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships Triple Threat Winner Takes All. As we have Roppongi Vice taking on Jeff Cobb and Gretel Khan, all hail, and FTR. FTR, the bearers of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, and Jeff Cobb and Gretel Khan, the bearers of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, beating Bullet Club's Chase Owens and freaking Bad Luck Fale back at Dominion. And Roppongi Vice are looking right now. Originally, they were after the Ring of Honor tag titles, and then United Empire invaded AEW, and we've seen what has come from it. And here we are now in a triple threat dance. So that being said, King, this is big here because not just one set of titles on the line, two sets of titles, including Japanese Gold. So right now, who leaves here with two sets of tag team titles and really cements themselves in the books as one of the best in tag team wrestling going today? And this could be match of the night.
I agree on that point, match of the night. Time to add another star to FTR. Time to make it 7-star. FTR. I got FTR for the win here.
Good grief, Dave Meltzer's going to freaking retire off his star rating BS.
Yeah, I don't even... we're all in agreement, it looks like. Is there even need to go around the room here? It's FTR.
I mean, at this point, if you're going to solidify FTR as the greatest tag team of the modern era, they need these straps. And this is one set of straps they have yet to win to add to their continued accolades. Let's run down what FTR have actually accomplished and won as far as tag team championships. They won the NXT tag team championship. They won the Raw tag team championships. They won the AEW Tag Team Championships. Yes, they won the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. They won the AAA Tag Team Championships. They are the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Now they have a chance to get IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. They have yet to go after the NWA Tag Team Championships, and they have yet to go after the Impact World Tag Team Championships. And I think that covers everything as far as Major League goes in the wrestling industry. So they are very close to cementing themselves above all the rest. And I do think they add the IWGP Tag Team Championships to their resume. I do have FTR as well. Top guys victorious. Is there any disagreements among the panel here?
You are forgetting...
Nope.
No disagreements, but you're forgetting one set of tag team championships, and that's the MLW Tag Team Championships as well.
Yep, that too.
That's true, yeah. I did forget about that.
They're a pretty big league. I like MLW.
They're definitely getting bigger now. They have a women's championship, and of course, the Werlock Taya Valkyrie with the featherweight championship.
Don't they have two?
Yes, they do. They have two divisions for their women.
Because they do it like UFC rules, right? Where it's like they literally
exactly
have weight classes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, all hail. That being said, This is going to be an interesting six-person dance, to say the least. And I'm looking very forward to this match as well. So we'll see what happens. And again, will Forbidden Door be as obvious as we think, or will they surprise us? We're going to have to wait and see. As we now crown a brand new champion in a fatal four-way. The AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Yes, the name is still out there for a verdict, and we can discuss that too. Malachi Black versus the Bastard Pack versus the Redeemer Miro versus... Damn it.
Oh God. Yep.
Yeah.
Versus Clark Connors, representing, of course, NJPW Dojo, graduate from there. He's known as the Wild Rhino, I think, something like that. Part of the graduating class, of course, with Alex Coughlin and Carl Fredericks. Brand new title. This will be the first in this title's history. We saw how all four of these men got here, or at least I did, if you watch NJPW World like me. Damn it, why she gotta get injured? But I digress. That being said, I look at it like this. Death Triangle and House of Black, they're still feuding with each other. They're not done with each other. At this point, all we're missing is a female representation for Death Triangle to go after Julia Hart. And Heliga Risk, maybe. Miro, his neck of sand has been fixed. His heart may be broken. He may have been forsaken by his god, but he looks for redemption. I think he finally gets redeemed here. And Clark Connors, good luck against the Redeemer, because I think it's going to come down to those two. I got Miro winning, because right now, when it comes to this title, international representation, it sounds like, and Miro deserves to be a champion. He got the short end of the stick when it came to the TNT Championship, and after that Full Gear match with Bryan Danielson, it kind of just went up in smoke for his career because of injury. Miro needs this. He needs to be redeemed, and I think he deserves redemption in being the first in a new championship's legacy. I got Miro. James, your thoughts on this match and their placement, and who you got?
Yeah, Miro. I mean, it would have been Ishii because there was rumors about a New Japan guy winning it. You can't give it to that guy now. There was only one guy, and that was Ishii. So it's got to be Miro. So
On and audible, and hopefully this means down the line with Tomoyasu Ishii being involved in the G1. Let's fucking go. We'll get maybe eventually Miro versus Ishii, either in NJPW or AEW. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe all out. Mikey, your thoughts on this championship, and do you believe that Miro will be redeemed, or do you have somebody else in mind?
I have Malachi Black.
I can see. You know what? That's a fair shot. I could see that too. Actually, I could see.
He hasn't been a champion at all in AEW, so I mean,
has not been a champion, and he's been dominating. I feel like he deserves the title.
The trios titles already out there right now, and stop waiting for Omega. Stop doing that, please. We need them now. You have about 17 factions and no trios titles. Okay, continue, Mikey.
I was saying that I feel like Malachi Black is very dominant right now, and all he needs is scrap around his waist. So I feel like he deserves that scrap.
He does deserve that scrap.
Respectable. But you could also say the same thing, King, about maybe Pac, who actually has a victory over both him and Adam Page and Kenny Omega. And truth be told, guys, we talked about this title might have been an audible. Something to come, but they just pushed it forward because of maybe their plans for the trios titles as it may stand. But again, I think House of Black, Battle Combat Club, Dark Order, who knows what combination out there too of how dynamic they are. There's so many possibilities who could be trios champions in AEW. They can pull it off with the depth of that division too. I mean, you see how well they can showcase trios action. We just saw freaking United Empire versus Roppongi Vice and Orange Cassidy. Chaos versus United Empire, and that was a banger. And that was just non-title, but it led to previewing 2 matches on this card. Not this one. But that being said, King, we're kind of all over the place here with our thoughts, but we kind of got the Redeemer. We got the leader of the House of Black. Where do you stand on this title, and who you think should hold it?
Easy. Miro is going to get redeemed, and Miro is going to be your inaugural AEW All-Atlantic Champion.
And let's just put this out there right now, guys. We know this is a nod to Mid-Atlantic Championship Pro Wrestling, just like they did with the Women's Championship. But, I mean, what else could you have named this that didn't sound like a retcon?
Yeah, because I mean,
right,
dude, I can't wait.
Right.
I'll make the joke I said on Jeff Meacham show. Hey, I can't wait until New Japan creates the new Pacific Championship, and then they unite the titles in Rio de Janeiro in a tournament.
called the Worldwide Championship.
Worldwide.
Got all the oceans involved here. And then somebody will complain from India, what about the Indian Ocean?
What about our Indian Ocean? The penguins is like, Arctic.
Lord.
Think about DreamWorks Day was Madagascar or an Eskimo. Gosh, James. That's it, I'm saying it again. Damn it, James! You fucking idiot!
Yeah. That me.
Be proud of yourself.
Oh my god.
Yes, very much. Very proud. Continue.
Next.
You know, I love how we just kind of just go our own way, and yet somehow it still makes sense with what we're talking about, because you want to talk about whatever the shit. How about Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy that could cause Jim Cornette to maybe have a heart attack finally? As Will Ospreay, the Commonwealth Kingpin, defends the IWGP United States Championship against the return from injury, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Hold on, are we going to just brush past to Noah?
Yeah, we're going to rush past that. We're in front of professional wrestling, damn it. We're not talking about people that have been out of age since 1992. That being said, I might be generous in that comment. That being said,
hey, I'll just say, look at how they treated Mufasa. Is it Mufasa? I forget his name in the game.
Mustafa?
Is it Mustafa? Yeah, really good representation of black people by having a guy pick his nose. That's really flattering there, Jimmy boy.
You know, you could have just left the botch like it was and just make a Disney reference, but whatever.
Hey, I'm just. What do you mean? I'm just adding that point. I'm just.
Wherever. Whenever.
You've been on the Segway, not the soapbox, not the emotional train of diversity since the Big Swole controversy. Can we please move forward?
No, that's not true. I am on the train of diversity. I just don't like it when people bullshit.
Talking about Big Swole, she's been really dick riding Vince McMahon.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God!
I've seen it. We don't need to talk about it.
I saw her tweet. Dick riding bad, like riding the dick.
Yo! Plot twist. She's the $3 million person.
I won't be surprised if Big Swole
is that the reason? Is that the reason why budget cuts had to be existed?
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God!
No comment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATW View After Dark.
This man went after dark the moment it began.
Pretty much, yeah.
Back to regular scheduled programming.
Well, you got to give the people what they want, and this is definitely going to be a sleeper match to say something. Comedy and what the fuck moments galore, as Will Ospreay is going to realize what Orange Cassidy can actually do when he tries. Pockets will be engaged, and I do think he will face a hidden blade to the back of the head. Will Ospreay may not have the strap, but he's retaining that accolade in my opinion. And whether or not that means Juice Robinson comes out and tries to get the better of Will Ospreay, or Will Ospreay finally gets the strap from him, Will Ospreay needs to get that damn title away from that freaking soapbox of a person right now himself.
Yeah.
So Will Ospreay's my guy right now. I believe that will be the Commonwealth Kingpin to still be United States Champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. James, your thoughts on this match?
Agreed. There's nothing else to say. Will Ospreay, he's retaining the IWGP US title.
Mikey, do you see Juice Robinson showing up and confronting Will Ospreay ahead of the G1 climax, considering both men are involved in the G1? And does Will Ospreay finally get the strap back?
Yes.
All right. King, anything further to add? Maybe on Orange Cassidy's behalf. What do you expect to see, maybe?
Well, people are already saying that I've been seeing a little bit of negativity of basically people saying, Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy, I would prefer Andrade versus Will Ospreay. Are you people forgetting Revolution? Are you people forgetting Revolution 2020 between Orange Cassidy and Pac?
Exactly.
Are y'all forgetting that, folks? Don't
sleep
on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy has the in-ring work, which basically Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy. If you watch Dynamite, they just gave us a sneak peek in that 6-man tag. This match is going to be a sleeper, and it's going to be a good one. and I see Will Ospreay getting his title back from Juice Robinson. Because remember, Bullet Club plays a factor in this. Remember what Jay White said?
To add on to what he said about they sleeping on Orange Cassidy, you can go back to the match with Pac and Omega.
Yep, Double or Nothing last year.
Orange Cassidy almost had that one. Without Don Callis getting in the way, I guarantee you Orange Cassidy would have been world champion.
I think you're absolutely correct, because at the forefront that match was about Orange Cassidy and Kenny Omega. Pac was an added party.
James, did you have something?
I just had a mind-blowing revelation. We are getting Orange Cassidy versus Will Oceanspray in the same match.
There it is.
And
there it is.
Juice Robinson could decide which Juice reigns supreme. The irony. The irony is amazing. I love it.
It's the fact that he really sat here and had that on his brain.
You know what the funny thing is? I actually have Ocean Spray cranberry juice in my fridge. And that's for my dad for his arthritis. So, yeah. You're not wrong.
He's not lying, but he's not wrong, unfortunately, when it comes to the references. Jesus.
Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that Ocean Spray crowd sign on Wednesday.
I got Ocean Spray cranberry juice in my fridge too.
There you go, yeah.
I don't drink Ocean Spray. I drink Gatorade, but I digress.
Will Ospreay.
All right.
Mr.
We're all in agreement, though. Will Ospreay retains the moniker, but hopefully gets the actual strap back from a Juice Robinson that shows up.
And
yes.
We'll see.
And the people at Ocean Spray will be very happy.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. We're on our semi-main event. I'm just calling it a double main event.
Holy shit! We made
it. Yeah. Can you all believe that you've gone through this type of shit for insert time here, and we're already down to the last two matches?
And we're not even at the 3-hour mark yet. We still got like 20 minutes before that.
Jesus Christ! I feel like time is not stood still, but needs to. Anyway, IWGP Worldwide Championship, Fatal 4-Way. I'm pretty sure it's the first time in New Japan Pro Wrestling history for their IWGP title, world title, they've ever done a 4-way dance. As we have the Switchblade Jay White defends the gold against Heyman Adam Page, Adam Cole, baby, and Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Since Jay White won the title off Okada back at Dominion, he basically has just been boasting about this, why him and Adam Page wanted to challenge for the title, and particularly Okada. Well, that got thrown out. And then Jay White made his presence known, as Adam Cole says, you don't deserve to challenge for this title. But as we've seen, Jay White reminds Adam Cole, you lost to the Heyman twice for the AEW World title, and apparently Heyman and Jay White's record is 2-0 Jay White. So now we have a 4-way dance. You have the leader of Bullet Club versus former member of Bullet Club, now member of Bullet Club and undisputed elite leader, versus former member of the Elite, former member of Bullet Club, endorsed by Cody Rhodes himself, former AEW World Champion Heyman Page, versus one of the greatest professional wrestlers on the planet in the last decade, Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, who once held the IWGP version 4 Heavyweight Championship for a total 700-plus days in a single reign. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's the G1 Climax. If you ask me, New Japan Pro Wrestling needs to establish balance. But James, your thoughts on this 4-way dance, considering that Jay White and Okada are both involved in the G1. Where does this leave him and Adam Page and Adam Cole going for in AEW? Who you got leaving with the strap?
This is actually one of those things where it could go to anybody, and I wouldn't complain, to be honest. I'm gonna go with... fuck it. Hangman. Why not? I'm gonna go with the Hangman. Something tells me they're gonna swerve us, and I feel like Hangman's gonna somehow get the belt. And we're gonna get a rematch at a following New Japan show between Hangman and Okada there. That's what I think they're gonna do here. It's like I could totally see them doing that.
I will say this. My friend Kyle on Twitter, you all know him. He literally booked like, okay, so you don't get these proposed matches because we had these such crazy high single dreaming counter expectations like Darby Allin versus Hiromu, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, not happening. Okada versus the Heyman. They're like, okay, so they don't have it now. Think about this. What if they have it at Wrestle Kingdom 17? I could totally see that. But that would be the only time I could possibly see Perche, Hangman, and Okada. But Hangman as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Dude, you just made the boldest prediction I've seen even out of the people that filled out the form. And I got 20 plus people that filled out that form so far. Mikey, go ahead and top that or challenge that. Who leads the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship?
I was going to say Jay White was going to retain. I'm going to say Adam Cole.
Oh!
And what makes you say that?
I feel like Adam Cole, like, you see how, like, Jay White just been, like, trying to, like, play Adam Cole?
Yes.
I feel like Adam Cole is going to screw Jay White in the end.
Among thieves.
Could see that.
Could see that.
I mean, you saw on Wednesday, Adam Cole had the title. Jay White's back was turned.
Because he continues to play with Adam Cole. Like, Adam Cole's like, oh, I thought we were friends. But now you playing with me. Like, so now I'm going to let you play, but then I'm going to take your title.
Dude, and we get that Civil War angle going. Bullet Club
and also that will build to the whole Civil War type thing.
Well, again, Jay White says about Bullet Club and the Undisputed Elite. Is it truly about that, or at the end of the day, is it just about making sure everything for him is too sweet? I don't think that we're going to see Bullet Club and Undisputed Elite on the same page, or at least feel like that, for much longer. Insert GIF, everything is fine, dog drinking tea in a flaming house, reading a newspaper.
Yep.
Just saying. All right, so this has been extremely intriguing.
What about
we have an Adam Cole?
Yeah,
we have a Hangman Adam Page. I have Okada. Getting it back from Jay White. I feel this is one of those moments that's just going to be really big for the audience, seeing Kazuchika Okada win the title. I sense it's going to be a G1 Supercard type moment here, because Jay White, does he need the title per se? Look at everything he's done as leader of Bullet Club since not being the champion, just this year alone. Hosting his own USFJ Open Challenge, invading Impact Wrestling, recruiting members there, including champions there, expanding Bullet Club to even a higher type of presentation and redefining it, taking out the OGs, Gorillas of Destiny. Again, Jay White has done so much this year alone, not as the champion. It's one of those things where the title makes the champion or the champion makes the title here. For me, Jay White and the title, they don't need to coexist. And I guess professional wrestling, if you don't want to be champion or you're not the champion, what the hell are you? What the hell are you doing here? But if you can do more than that without the title, I feel Jay White's proof of that. Hell, look at how many people have never got the world championship we thought should get the championship for insert company here, insert name here, and they still had an incredible career. Just saying. Hello, Dustin Reynolds. But that being said, I feel that Rainmaker I feel Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada goes into the G1 as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and we'll see if he can actually define his Wrestle Kingdom destiny, and if Hangman is in his future still for one-on-one affair. Because yes, I still want the battle of the Buckshot Lariat versus the Rainmaker. It needs to happen. Both must collide. Which one will survive? But I digress. Something to come.
No.
Maybe.
Hey, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because.
Yes.
Legitimately, I could see that actually happening where, like, Jay White becomes, like, a megastar in losing, because he kind of already has, in a way, in Japan.
Exactly.
Is, like, the biggest heel there, but hey, without those 2 reigns he's had, that don't happen. You gotta have the transitional guy inserted in there every once in a while. Jay White's the perfect guy for that.
Wrestle Kingdom 15 was the turning point for Jay White's career. Look what he did with it since.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
What we got?
All right. Well, this should be interesting. 1 for Omega. 1 for Adam Cole. 1 for Hangman. Mr. Elite himself. King, your thoughts and your pick.
So remember how the Bullet Club used to be about if you hold the gold, the major gold, you basically have all the power within Bullet Club. Remember how that used to be?
Correct.
I stand my case with this. Jay White retains.
I knew it.
Jay White retains the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I do not see him losing it ever since he got it at Dominion. I don't see him losing it here. Don't get me wrong, but I think we still need to breathe with the Switchblade just a little bit longer.
So you say Jay White goes in the G1 Climax as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. So let me go ahead and propose this to you, because we look at these four men, the fact that we all, guys, you realize what we just did here? We picked each one individual in this match to be IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Let me play the role of the skeptical troll that's possibly watching this on VOD right away. Bro, this is so fake. You guys planned this ahead of time.
We're live, folks. No, we didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Exactly.
Definitely
this is four individual opinions. So I want to talk about this a little more, because this extremely intrigues me. Because, guys, this is the most polarizing match in the card. I feel like all the matches up to this point, we've almost been undisputed. So we got to ask, who eats the fall? So let's go ahead and talk about how this match plays out and what we think is next. Again, Okada and Jay White, both of them involved in G1 Climax. Adam Cole and Heyman, they honestly might go round 3 without a title in between them, considering 2 of us win against both men. So I'm going to start with James here, because he definitely surprised me the most. James, what's your thoughts towards the outcome? Who eats the fall, and what's next, basically, for at least AEW?
I could see Cole eating. I could see Cole eating the fall. Could see Jay White eating the fall. You maybe have a coin flip on either one of them. I could see Hangman getting the championship and then going over to New Japan as like kind of the lone cowboy there, having a couple banger matches in Japan, and then dropping the belt eventually to a New Japan standout guy, and then go on to carry the belt from there. I don't know because you could also do the idea of he wins the belt and then Okada wins it back for him on the next New Japan pay-per-view, but I also know that might screw with the G1 a little bit. So, I don't know why I have that weird suspicion that they're going to go with Hangman as the IWGP World Champ to like really cement this crossover somehow. Could be wrong. Been wrong before. As I said, I don't care. This could go either way, and I'm happy. But for some reason, I feel Hangman. So.
All right, Mikey, you picked Adam Cole here. Give me your thoughts why you did that. Who eats the fall, and what's next?
I say either Hangman eats the fall or Jay White eats the fall.
Okay.
I say as Adam Cole wins, he will go to Japan. I feel like he will continue this little thing with him and Jay White, and he wound up dropping it back to Jay White down the line.
Prayers he doesn't get injured halfway through.
We are talking about the G1 Climax, James. You know what that tournament is. Stay tuned, folks. Me and Casey will be previewing, predicting that tournament, breaking down the brackets, and also talking about the opening day that is to come to later on in July. King, you start with Bullet Club. You went with Jay White. You don't see this being G1 Supercard type of booking here, where it's like he comes in as champion, we have the moment, he doesn't leave with the title. You haven't still retained the title. Who eats the fall, and what's ahead for all 4 of these men, in your opinion?
I have Cole eating the fall, but also you can start up like the Civil War that way between Bullet Club and Undisputed Elite and just get it going and have Bullet Club Summer.
All right.
Damn you. That's it.
Again, he is opposite. I just simply said Okada because, again, nothing else in New Japan Pro Wrestling correlates to the Rainmaker besides the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Even this one that we still can't stand based on what it did with the Intercontinental. And I know we'll never forgive Kota Ibushi for that. That being said, I feel that
It's not his fault.
Yes, it is. He made this idea.
Yes, it is. He was the one that wanted to merge it. He was the one that wanted to merge the heavyweight Indian. Yeah, he was the one. So we can
Did you really forget that.
I hope you get well soon, Coda. But Coda!
For all we know, he's done. Period.
He's done with New Japan.
Coda!
Done.
Well, that's one less neck to worry about. But anyway, I just feel like I mean that with all sincerity.
Yeah, for real.
With that being said, for me, it's Okada. Okada's the mounting. He's the pillar. He's the standard. He is New Japan Pro Wrestling. The then, the now, and forever, in my opinion. No offense, Tanahashi. The bigger star out of New Japan Pro Wrestling in the last decade is Okada. Just saying. Nothing else relates to Okada besides the world title. It's as simple as that. That's why I feel like, again, they call an audible just to convey a storyline here. I do feel like the Bullet Club Civil War is going to happen. But regardless, Okada and Jay White has the G1 coming up next for them. Heyman and Adam Cole, up in the air. Adam Cole has a fallout maybe with the Young Bucks, the Undisputed Elite. We finally get Heyman and the Young Bucks back together again. And instead of maybe Bullet Club versus Undisputed Elite, you have the Elite versus Undisputed Elite. Young Bucks and Hangman versus Adam Cole and Red Dragon. Maybe at All Out if all 6 men are clear. There's different ways this can go, but again, it still ties to the history that all these men have related to particularly their time in Bullet Club. And I feel there's more to that can be conveyed without anybody related to that faction then and now holding the title. And in the AJPW World title, might as well be the only NJPW true guy by heart holding it, and that is Kazuchika Okada. That's why I went with him. And as far as who eats the fall, if Adam Cole is at the point of injury that we think he is, because again, it's a 4-way dance, we'll see how physical this truly is, then yeah, you preserve Jay White, you hold out to see what can happen between Okada and Heyman, and you have Adam Cole, baby, eat the fall. That's my opinion. And it also doesn't hurt Jay White because Jay White, if nothing else, can boast, I am the man that single-handedly sold out the United Center. I am the catalyst of professional wrestling, the real belt collector, the last true rock and roller, etc., etc., etc. And again, we'll never know if this was one-on-one. Can Okada beat him? Nowadays. He's done it before. But Jay White has evolved. So has Okada too. So again, a lot of suspension of disbelief. But this title and the brand makes the most sense being represented by Kazuchika Okada, in my opinion. There
we go.
Good points by everybody, though, and I'm very curious to see how this match does play out, because, again, it truly could go any person's way, and I will not be disappointed. And, again, I love the fact that I could say that while watching a pro wrestling product and be okay with, oh, wait, I was wrong about this booking, but this still leads to something else. Good move. So let's go ahead and see if this actually does the same thing as we're on the main event. The AEW Interim World Championship. Death Rider, former IWGP United States Champion, former AEW World Champion. Jon Moxley, representing Blackpool Combat Club, on a 3-year journey to prove that he is the absolute best professional wrestler on this planet. Versus what many might say is the absolute best professional wrestler on this planet in a class of his own, not just for a period, but literally a legacy, particularly in one company's history. New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm, of course, talking about the ace of professional wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I could list his accolades, but we will be here for another 20 minutes. Comes down to this, guys. Jon Moxley, Tanahashi, it's been brewing. It's been a suspension of disbelief. It's been a big what if. It finally gets decided here for the AEW Interim World Champion, where no matter what, the winner has CM Punk waiting weeks away. Tanahashi, of course, will be involved in the G1. Jon Moxley will not. Jon Moxley was the champion of the pandemic. And we saw subtly in the tab preview this Wednesday on Dynamite how well the two work together, but also how much they respect each other and realize how important this is for one another. Jon Moxley said once that bell rings, respect goes out the window. When this bell rings at the end, okay, I do respect you. There's a reason why those two did not get physical with each other after that match on AEW and just let the world burn around them. Talk about suspension of disbelief and how to sell a match too and how important it is. Mikey, Forbidden Door, do we get an air guitar victory from Tanahashi as the new AEW Interim World Champion, or does Jon Moxley once again claim the AEW gold and cement himself as the ace of professional wrestling, if no one else's opinion his own?
I say Jon Moxley.
All right. Just simple as that? No other thoughts?
Yeah, that's just simple. Simple as that. It's self-explanatory. at this. It's nothing
It does
for.
seem like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
All right.
self-explanatory.
Well, King, we did hear how CM Punk said that he wants to face Tanahashi. We thought we were going to get when they showed up at the Kia Forum. And we also heard that Tanahashi, he wouldn't mind facing CM Punk, particularly maybe at their grandest stage of them all, Wrestle Kingdom. Is that something still to come? And again, was this an audible? But also, CM Punk and John Moss have tremendous respect for each other and have yet to face each other one-on-one in AEW. So which way does this interim world title picture goes, and who awaits the best in the world?
Since I was talking about a Revolution 2020 earlier, let me go back to that. Moxley beat Jericho for the AEW World Championship.
Yes.
Then the pandemic hit.
Yes.
We had to witness this man carry AEW on the back as AEW World Champion with no crowd at Daly's Place. Let me take that back. Little to no crowd at Daly's Place. Since crowds have been back since last summer. And here we are in 2022. As much as I like Tanahashi, and I do want to see that match at Wrestle Kingdom between him and Punk, I don't think Tanahashi's going to get the interim AEW World Championship here. Moxley, this is the golden opportunity to basically rectify last year. Moxley has this golden opportunity to basically have a legit, well, not legit because it was already legit, but I'm talking about with crowds to become AEW World Champion once again. I'm going with Moxley. Moxley's going to be our interim World Champion.
James.
Yeah.
You think about the Forbidden Door and the terminology, it really stems back to Hiroshi Tanahashi. It was Chris Jericho that first proposed Tanahashi to step through the Forbidden Door for the AEW World title when Jericho was champion, if he was able to beat him at Wrestle Kingdom. We all saw how that played out. And you wondered truly, was this something to happen? Would it ever happen? Would you ever see Tanahashi challenge for the AEW World title? Would you ever see NJPW invade AEW or even work with them per se? Here we stand 2 years later, and you got Tanahashi in the main event of an AEW NJPW collaboration pay-per-view for the AEW Interim World Championship. Does Tanahashi fall short here again, or does he rise to the occasion and become interim champion?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut and go Moxley. I was gonna think part of me can see Tanahashi win the belt because you could do that idea of Okada versus Tanahashi on U.S. soil for the AEW World title, which would be nice.
Yes.
If you're a hardcore wrestling fan. But genuinely speaking, I think the money match in the States is probably Moxley and Punk. So I'm going to go with Moxley.
I come down to it like this. John Moxley's involved in Blood and Guts, guys, next week, Wednesday. Tanahashi, he's involved in the G1 Climax come mid-July. There's only been one ace professional wrestling, and that is Hiroshi Tanahashi. John Moxley has done everything else possible in AEW and, honestly, in his professional wrestling career, except beat the ace. It's an accolade of its own, all right? For me, I go back to 2020 like you all. He did not get the right representation as AEW World Champion because, again, we were living through a pandemic. They didn't have that right perception, let alone the reception that he absolutely deserves. In my personal, humble opinion, and I'm not just saying this because I'm from Ohio, since Double or Nothing 2019, there has not been a more worthwhile, prolific, professional wrestler to watch, thrive in this industry, and the ups and downs he talks about in his book too, than John F. and Moxley, the current GCW World Heavyweight Champion. John Moxley doesn't deserve this only, but I feel he needs this just to be like, I did it. Where do I go from here? I don't know, but at least I could say I did it. Honestly, the best in the world versus the new now ace professional wrestling kind of has a nice ring to it, in my opinion. Honestly, if they could do it all out, that'd be even better. But I am with you guys when I think that John Moxley is going to best the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, who could definitely take a loss, still be preserved, and still go into the G1 and maybe win his block for all we know. Because we know what block he's in. And it's a very interesting block, to say the least. Yep. And honestly, this might lead to John Moxley versus, well, He's big game hunting, right? He's the Death Rider. Who's to say you will not get Jon Moxley versus Kazuchika Okada?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, guys, it hasn't happened yet.
That is
Go
true.
for Tanahashi, who had the keys to the Tokyo Dome, and it took Okada 3 tries just to get that. I think Jon Moxley holds on to the key here in AEW with the AEW Interim World Championship. First go around against the Ace. And I don't think this is the last time we see the Ace in AEW either.
No.
But I do think Jon Moxley will hold down as the AEW Interim World Champion. He's not bulletproof, but he definitely is a professional wrestler above many others. And I think Jon Moxley deserves it too. Well, with that being said, guys, we know there's another match coming up on Rampage. Good grief almighty. We wonder, will Kenta and Moxley be ran back at some point? Will you get Jon Moxley versus Zack Sabre Jr.? That never was followed up after the New Beginning because, again, the pandemic hit. There's more what-ifs to, okay, Jon Moxley versus blank from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I feel like that's still to come. And also Tanahashi, he can fight anyone, anywhere, everywhere. And he's in the G1. So we know what he's going to be doing during the rest of the summer. But this is going to be an interesting show, to say the least. It might not be what we think a Forbidden Door should be by name concept, but it still should be a worthwhile show with two of our favorite and most prolific professional wrestling companies in the world that will leave us with a lot of intrigue, and I feel satisfaction as fans of professional wrestling. Damn it. And at the end of the day, I feel that's what matters, especially for it being the first time, and I don't think the only time, that we're going to get Forbidden Door by AEW and another company collaboration, too. So before we conclude, any other closing thoughts, any other remarks, any other hopes or what-ifs that you guys have regarding this Forbidden Door pay-per-view?
I just hope that one day, as Tanahashi keeps coming into AEW, we do happen to see Hiroshi Tanahashi take on Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh.
I just hope if they redo Forbidden Door next year, I hope Kenny Omega is a part of it. That's all I ask.
I agree.
Well, we all know how much Omega would want to be a part of this, but again, health, man. Anyway, King, go ahead.
As I'm wearing the shirt, as much as I want to see Kenny Omega on this card, he'll be there spiritually, I feel like. But next year, we should see a multiverse of the Forbidden Door. Have Impact involved. Have if you want to get him, have Impact involved. Get New Japan still be there. Just multiverse of promotions. And let's run it back next year.
Like I said, when I think of multiverse, when I think of Forbidden Door, I think of all the wrestling industry involved.
Thank you.
Welcome all, showcase all, push forward all. Let professional wrestling grow.
And fuck actual gang warfare. Fuck you, Cartel. Anyway.
All right. Well, that just went off in a different direction.
That's directly for CMLL.
Yeah, thank you for screwing with Penta and Ray and Andrade. Thank you for that, you little petty politics.
Fuck you, CMLL. Fuck you.
All right. Fair enough.
The correction, it's called Fuck the Cartel.
Because now...
It's Cartel.
Because now we could have had LRJ. A reunion.
God,
but no.
Yep.
Fuck y'all. What the hell? Right in hell.
If we got Naito and Roosh and Andrade, that would have been so awesome.
Add Ryu Lee to the mix, James. Add Ryu Lee to the mix.
Oh, yeah, true.
About to say. Well, Ignobles, America, Japan, whatever you want to call it, a big what if for the future. Hopefully one day it can happen. The fist bump with Naito and Andrade under the same roof. What a moment that would be. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
And again, Stardom. Get Stardom involved.
Stardom.
Yes. Yes.
The most prolific all-women's wrestling promotion on the planet, and the strongest and longest running all-Japanese women's promotion on the planet, too. Just saying. Well, with that being said, also, I just hope, who else could show up? Is this just going to be straight matches? They're going to have, a moment here. Will QT Marshall call out Katsura Shibata?
Whoa.
Get
just
your
saying.
head kicked in. Anyway.
Well, hey. Quality television wrestling versus the wrestler, I'm game.
It'll be nice to hear that Shibata theme again.
Well, again, we haven't heard it since Wrestle Kingdom. What the hell is he doing?
I know.
Of course, whatever the hell he wants. The freaking Shibata. Who the
He's
hell?
Shibata. He's doing Shibata things. Let Shibata be Shibata.
I know that, but damn it, he's the wrestler. I want to see the wrestler wrestle. Just saying. Just saying. All right, well, that's all I got to say as we finally reached the end of our ATW View impromptu discussion board, where it went from the lowest parts of hell to the greatest of heavens when it comes to professional wrestling. Discussion, collaboration, predictions, and engagement. You're all fucking insane, but I still appreciate all of you, for we are ATW. Before we close and leave and go to sleep too, CM Punk vs. Kenta needs to happen as well, just saying. And of course, we resume for AEW Rampage. Let's go ahead and close this thing out. James, any best words, anything you want to plug or promote, take it away, good sir.
All my stuff is in the description because I edited the actual stream thing on Noah's channel. So
you're brilliant.
There you go. It's all good. There you go.
Mikey, where can they find and engage with you on all things wrestling?
I mean, you could follow me on Twitter or Elite Mikey. You can follow me. Well, you can add me on Facebook if you want to, but I obviously don't be posting shit on there, so you can add me. It's my real name, Michael Williams. That's about it. But that's it for now.
All right, and I'm just gonna say this: when it comes to social media, I leave Facebook to family. Twitter is the wrestling community. Screw the toxicity. All other forms of social media, irrelevant to me. King, anything you want to plug or promote? Where can people connect to find you?
Y'all know my Twitter handle. It's basically in the description. Y'all know where it's at. And Instagram, same thing. If y'all watch the videos for the past 2 years now, y'all know the Twitter and Instagram handles. So.
Very nice, gentlemen. This was definitely an ATW View to remember. Somewhat maybe an infamy, to say the least, too. But with that being said, folks, you want to know more about me? Know this. I am not the host. I am just a member. For we are all ATW. And we support, talk about, and definitely rant about all things wrestling, too. If you want to connect with me, know this. I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! But I digress. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Foster1916 for all things wrestling on behalf of the entire ATW crew. I will be back on the Jeff Meacham Network with James Hebert. We will be doing Fantasy Booking for the Forbidden Door literally very soon. I believe Friday night, as we are now in June 24th on the East Coast. Jesus Christ. Fantasy booking our own Forbidden Door, including Impact, Stardom, and who knows what else. We include all companies and all things wrestling. And then come Sunday, we will be on the Jeff Meacham Network, providing play-by-play coverage and live reactions as we watch and endure the Forbidden Door and everything to follow after that,
That's Sunday,
too.
right? That is Sunday, correct?
Sunday.
Yep,
Sunday.
Sunday.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the buy-in. So stay tuned for that.
Because I want to enjoy my pool Saturday at my mom's house. So.
Honestly, Saturday I'm just going to sleep and play Horizon Forbidden West. But that's a conversation for another day. Team PlayStation for life. Screw you, PC Master Race. Anyway, I'll go there. Anyway, like I said, I'll also be doing a NoDQ Galaxy panel, if not today, some point Saturday too. And say yes to NoDQ. And guys, the forum is now live on my Twitter, so everybody come join the Forbidden Door exhibition predictions game that I'm hosting this weekend for this collaboration pay-per-view too. And stay tuned for me and Casey Gallagher later in July, previewing and predicting the G1 Climax and the opening day too. And I'll also be giving you continued coverage on all things AEW, particularly right there on the Daily Slam. Steve Falls Daily Slam, right here on YouTube. Jesus, I need to get some rest. As always, I like to conclude, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. There are just fans with no opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another and respect each other. And just enjoy life, protect your mentality, and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. With that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell to know this video goes live on this channel or any of these channels that are in the collaboration of the ATW View. Hit the subscribe button. Let's keep growing these communities together for the better in a positive way, removing all toxicity as possible from wrestling discussions too. For James Hebert, for Mikey, for the King, I am Noah Foster that survived the insanity of my crazy ATW family, and I thank you all for tuning in to this forum, for either part of it or all of it. If you actually tune into all of it, I hope you still have your sanity. Until next time, make a positive impact in life. Get some sleep, you freaking fools. And have a good night.
Next time we will see you. AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door!
Okay, someone needs to get a hold of the guy that does the narrations for New Japan Pro Wrestling and get James Hebert as a secondary.
Yeah, exactly.